What is going on, guys? It is Monday night. I had to check for a second there, but it's definitely Monday night. It's time for Nexus Zero.
Are you sure it's Monday night? I swear it's still Sunday.
If it's Sunday night, we're doing it wrong.
I don't even know anymore. I'm confused.
I did that today.
I'm confused.
It all kinds of blends together. It just blends together now, so it is what it is. Guys, episode 9. What do we call it tonight? I literally looked it up and then people started talking. Connections. Episode 9. Connections.
Ooh, we're gonna get more intimate today.
Well,
right?
We're gonna form some connections.
Or some connections. There we go, guys. All right, so it is Monday night. It is time for Nexus Zero with the best cast on Twitch and me.
Yep.
We have a wonderful cast for you tonight. If you're not familiar with the show, tonight's show is a cyberpunk adventure set in 1980s Boston using the Savage World system played remotely on the Fantasy Grounds framework. We use a modified world in Savage World called Interface Zero. Those guys over at Gunmetal Games are rad. So we oh man, Jag, it's good to see you, man. It's been a while. So guys, yes, this is I do have a milestone to report. I logged in today.
Ooh.
A little while ago, logged into Steam. Logged into Twitch, and I did happen to notice that we broke 3,000 people in the community.
Hey, that's badass, man.
3,000 people in the community, and we're over 210 subs. I mean, you guys are goddamn amazing.
Give yourself a hand of applause. You know?
Yeah.
Nice job, guys. Seriously, that's freaking badass.
So, I also I would be remiss without telling you guys. We have about 4 more days, Atomic. 4 more days of casting, 5 more days of casting, 29th, something
somewhere in there, yeah.
All right. So, guys, we have a casting call we're putting out for the next show that's coming out onto. Oh, wait. Hold the presses. We have one of our cast members in the chat right now who should be taking care of his wife at the moment because they just had a brand new baby girl. So
Yes, sir.
Aww.
Congratulations to Yacht's Twitch on a healthy bambina, and everybody in the community, spam your love. Show Yachts some love for his new baby girl. So
Why are you here?
I have a musical instrument too.
But you're gonna get banned if you pull it out. Just
Yeah.
TOS.
Yeah, TOS.
Sorry, a couple of bolt guns went at the end of that. My bad. I promise I'm not trying to do anything underhanded.
He's
So
trying to
That's a red deck
indoctrinate.
birth. You just fire off a couple celebratory rounds.
there you go.
He's just trying to say that he's putting gene seed into your child so that they grow up to become a space marine. That's how that works, right?
That's pretty much
Require the next generation.
I mean, Loken did it to me too. How do you think I got so big?
Exactly. You know, I need fresh recruits for the meat grinder.
That's not what we meant by protein.
Yeah. Oh.
TOS.
All right, we're moving on, guys.
Show, gosh darn it. It's a family show.
All right, guys. So
I'm here all night.
send Yacht some love. Yeah, let him know. You know, we appreciate him being here. Apparently they're still at the hospital and he's entertaining himself. But much love to you up north, Mr. Canada. And I hope you enjoyed tonight. And maybe catch some sleep because you're never, ever gonna sleep again.
No, it's done. Your life is forfeit now.
With the dad that has a 2-year-old, he's right.
Yeah.
See, they'll get older. They'll become teenagers and they'll move away. You still won't sleep.
Yep. Ever.
Because you'll always be thinking that about them because you're no longer near them. Welcome to being a parent.
We honor your sacrifice.
The cradle and the silver spoon.
All right. So as I was saying before, I'm very happily got interrupted by our friend being here. We are putting on a casting call for the next game that's coming out on the channel. To be determined, but probably in November. That game, in fact, is going to be a Star Wars based game. So I'm going to put a sign up sheet in the chat. We currently have 40 people that have applied, but always looking to get the best possible people on the show. and it's
It's a healthy response.
That is a pretty pretty healthy
It's gonna
response.
be. Yeah, we decided on the title. We're gonna call it Ripples in the Gray, a Star Wars FFG campaign. So
Woo!
It'd be a lot of fun.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a Star Wars-based space opera that I'm super excited for.
Yes, and our own Jesse Raines, resident crackhead, is going to be running the game. So
It's gonna
I would
be
like to
super
remind
linear.
everyone-
It's always gonna make sense. It's gonna be fine.
I'd like to remind everybody that the Empire did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Just,
the,
you know.
Sorry, guys.
you know what's funny?
I consistently say, go ahead.
In the game, like you can buy experience points by taking these negatives, and like the top negative is being an Empire sympathizer, and I think I'm gonna do it because I think I can pull it off.
Yes.
Yes.
Be my champion. Oh, screw the rebels. The Empire's where it's at.
Oh
my
God.
favorite description of episode 4 of Star Wars is a young boy gets indoctrinated by an old man in the desert to an extremist religion, and then ends with a terrorist attack that kills millions of lawful citizens.
Exactly. Those citizens were doing nothing wrong. And as for Alderaan, it was a misfire mishap with a mining laser. It just happens. Okay?
It just happened, right? Yeah.
It was a mechanical malfunction.
You know,
We fired the guy responsible. It's all fine.
All right. Oh,
Oh dear.
it just happens, guys. It was there's no safety. OSHA was not up on their inspection of the Death
Nope.
Star, and
They did not even have railings.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Not even
Not
really.
even on to sit on or to lean against. That's,
The amount of health and safety violations in that
they
vessel.
need space OSHA is where it's at, man.
Yeah.
The force is with space OSHA.
Space OSHA. All right, so
These
we
are not the safety you're looking for.
when we achieve goals on this channel, we like to do things. So next Sunday we're going to do a giveaway. Oh, we also have to talk about Friday.
Yeah, I was gonna say Friday's another big thing.
Okay, so Jesse Raines is going to be. We got approached by a company to do a review of a product. It's a 5e variant product, D&D 5e. So we are going to do a review, and the only way we know how is we're going to run a one shot this Friday and try to raise money for charity. Nate's Knife Pit has donated a. He's going to make a custom knife for somebody, or a knife that he has made. Unfortunately, Loken, it's only for somebody in the U.S. Because the international shipping, laws and stuff like that. Orcus 86 has donated $50 for us to do a giveaway, whether it be a game or a gift card of somebody's choice. I feel really bad right now. Luna, if you're out there, Arcane Spectacles? They're a small Etsy shop, and they make dice trays, and they're making custom dice trays, and they're going to do they're donating one to us as well to do as a giveaway. So we have some good giveaways coming up this Friday. What time are we starting, Jesse?
We are going to be starting at 7 p.m. EST. It's going to be using a one-shot designed in the Exalted Veils campaign guide for D&D 5e. Currently in Kickstarter, they are actually already made their funding goal of, I think they had a goal of 14,000. They're already at 30,000.
So
Nice.
Yep. So they gave us this, and the developer is going to be in chat with us as well. They answer questions at the end of it. So
Yes, that is correct.
Jeg, I think our base starting point, it's going to be a lot open to discussion. We're going to use the Edges of the Empire book, Fantasy
Yes.
Flight Games. So
That is correct. Yes, that's going to be the base rule book for the Star Wars space opera.
All right, guys. So we the next thing I like to do is we have a lot of rewards rolling in. Lot of rewards. If you're new to the channel, if you are a sub or Patreon to the channel, you are able to once a night you are able to give our cast or myself benefits to affect the outcome of the game. So on Monday nights, you get to buy the players or myself a Benny, and what a Benny does is allows them to re-roll a skill check that includes trying to shoot somebody. It also allows them to soak damage if they're taking damage, and re-roll. Like I said, if they're trying to make a skill check and they're unsuccessful, they can re-roll it until and they can use bennies until they make a critical failure. All right, so let's get started with this. Isaac Revia has granted a Benny to David Greyson.
Thank you, Isaac. I will use it wisely.
Quaman has donated a Benny to Anton Varikov. Let's see. Queen Elfie has given one to Xero for sub, and Xero for her Patreon. Let me do that.
Because Xero really needed more.
Yeah, I
Yep.
was gonna say he has to break that 30 mark. I mean,
All right.
come on, guys.
Dekion has given a Benny to David Greyson.
Cheers, Dekion.
Zero has received a Benny from Starboy. It looks like I did as well.
Ooh.
Nate has given a +1 to David and a +1 to Ant.
Cheers, Nate.
And I think that's it right now. No. Benny to Jesse from Elfie. So
Ugh, there it is.
there it is. And I think that's where we're at right now. So now comes the time of the night when I ask the cast to roll so that they can see who's going to give it the description of the previous night.
Oh, boo.
Ooh.
Boo.
Boom.
Boo.
Not me.
Someone else tie me.
Damn.
Someone tie me. Tie me.
All right.
Boo.
What'd you guys roll?
Go through.
Let's wait for it. James Dunn got a 4.
Jesse got a natural 1.
David got a 16.
Ooh.
Yes! Oh no, keep up one on my screen.
Me
Boom.
too.
Oh, that sucks.
Zero got a 10.
Anton, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 9. It was been playing nice there for a second, so thank God.
Well, it showed as a 1. I think there's a little bit of lag
Yeah.
in the program because it showed a
So
1, and
that
I'm like,
blindsided you.
I'm like, oh my god.
It showed me as a 1 too. Yeah. That is fine. I haven't done this in a while.
I did not claw in. I must have missed that one, so I will give David Grayson. You have been with channel benefit points. You have been awarded 1 from Clawman as well.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you
I
for
will,
keeping me honest, chat. Thank you guys.
Always.
Also,
guys.
I'll have you know, I had that 21 roll for notice at the end of last time.
Yes, you did.
I'm reminding you.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
I rolled a 21. I'm going
And
to
if-
remind you about that.
And if I remember right, that's so that on the way in and out, you can get an idea of what you're looking at for
Yeah.
for defenses and stuff. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Basically, yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
For the recap, I'm going to spend my bad luck Benny, as my hindrance forces me to use 1 per session that is wasted. So keep them coming. They mean a lot.
Let's go, Jesse. Let's hear the
Okay.
Jesse recap.
So oh, I'm not gonna do that to you guys. It would just be a whole bunch of
Randoming.
and then here we are now.
Yep.
But no, it's so at the last session we closed out our epic gunfight, which was awesome. We fled the scene before the cops got there, as per usual. We pulled over to have a quick debrief as a group, looked more into Scorpio and his writings. Actually started to come up with some ties to a company in Back Bay called Universal Exports, lovingly referred to as the organization quite a bit. And then we had the genius idea of going to John Dark, or trying to track down John Dark, since he was our last lead that we had for this little search and rescue we had. We called him up, went over to his house, got a whole lot of nothing, and that's where we are right now. That's oh, and one of the guards at the Dark household slipped the sausage man a note. That is what we left off.
Secret note.
It says, check yes or no. Do you like me?
Yes. That's
Wait.
exactly what it said.
Wait.
Put a check mark in the middle.
Doctor Sausage Man. He didn't go to
Dr.
doctor's.
Sausage Man.
Didn't go to
Sausage,
doctor
yes.
for 9 years to be called Mister.
I didn't go to medical school. Yeah, for 9 years.
For 23 years.
9 years.
No, we start
9
over
years.
every night. So
We start over every night.
yeah,
Yeah, let's see how high it goes.
9 years. So yeah. So that, I mean, the end is pretty significant there. So give me 1 second. I have to correct something real quick. I know.
Making corrections.
Pro streams.
How unprofessional.
Hashtag pro scream.
Look at this amateur.
So guys, that was our show for tonight. I'm glad you guys all stopped by, and
Yep, thanks for hanging out, guys. It was great. And yeah, see you next week. Have a good one. Bye.
medical school was the toughest 10 years of James Dunn's life. Dr. James Dunn. There we go. All right, guys.
MD.
We ready to get going? We ready to get back into some story?
Ow! Come on.
It does make it happen.
All right.
Let's do it.
Make it so, number one.
Engage.
I'm on it.
I'm gonna tell you guys something that kills my nick. I had never watched the next generation. Me and Kat started it 2 weeks ago, and we're on season 5, episode 3 or something like that. So powering through. Engaged.
Good. Are you now, enlightened that TNG is the best series?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that brings a very serious question to mind, though. Which one's better, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
I think we need a different stream for that.
It's a whole different thing.
Whole different kettle of fish.
True. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Yes, sir.
I gotta get this up. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So one Nexus initialization complete. When last we left off, our intrepid heroes were at the mansion of Johnny Dark, investigating the disappearance of their friend Lorna, Jericho Rose. As they questioned Johnny to the tune of, what was it, 300 credits or 500 credits for 10 minutes?
300 credits.
300 credits for 10 minutes. The he extorted the money from our party here. They got to ask him questions. They and it does. Johnny is not that forthcoming when it comes to information. But as they were walking away, one of the bodyguards accidentally bumps into who did it bump into? It was
The sausage man.
Sausage Man. Doctor
Sausage Man.
Dr. Sausage Man, who went to medical school for 10 years.
Medical school for 10 years.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that. We called Mr.
Exactly.
Got a title for a reason there, Jesse. Get it right.
Exactly.
Jesse doesn't know any better. We're making the same amount of money, and I went to 0 years of school, so
It's true.
I have my own apartment that I got myself.
It is true.
Thank you very much.
It is true. So as you so he bumps into you and you notice he drops a note in your hand. He apologizes to you, which you think is quite sincere, and he walks away. You guys start to make your way out with one of the bodyguards, and as you do so, David, I'm gonna bring up a map so I can give you a little bit more description on what you're looking at, friend. And
Thank you.
So as you guys are escorted off the property, not in a rude manner, not in a, you're not getting bounced out, but the guy is curt and professional. And as you're walking out, you're looking around and you see it's a big mansion, David Greyson. It all around you is sign of opulence. However, you do notice. Give me a notice roll, please. I know you got the insane one, but there's a minute point that I want to point out.
Right, go. Okay. I was about to say,
yeah.
But that's notice. Let's roll.
Here's another 21.
And we hit with a 5.
Okay. All right. So as far as security measures, as you're walking out, you do notice there's cameras all over the place. The other thing you do notice that is where, as you're looking at the walls, it's a gorgeous mansion, but there's things missing. So like you look at that and you're like, well, there was obviously a picture at that at some point. You can notice because like the paint might be a little bit of faded between like the outline and the back, and you think that things are slowly being maybe liquidated. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But as far as the security, you notice there's cameras everywhere. There's motion detectors. There's armed security all throughout the place. They are, they have a pretty good grasp of the security here. As you guys are walking by, you're walking by periodic security guards and well-armed people. And there's a lot of very attractive.
Would I be able to see what kind of armaments the security guards have?
Most of them are.
Yeah,
most of them appear to at least have a Glock on them, with a couple magazines on the. But you do see MP5s, and you also see as you get out the building, and you look on top of the mansion. There's obviously people on the roof with sniper rifles.
Right. Okay.
But the security looks pretty tight. So.
Okay. Cool.
So he walks you out to the gate. You guys, Jesse, give me a D100 roll, please. Give me a percentage roll.
Ooh. Percentage roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
And then call.
there it is.
Before you do, call high or low.
And high. Always
Okay.
high.
Okay.
Jesse always goes big. I think that's a 48.
Okay.
Or is that an 84? I think it's a 48.
That's a 48.
Yeah.
Okay. When you get outside, he leads you up to the gate. The gate slides back. He waits until you guys are going outside. He reaches in the safety deposit box and gives you back whatever you surrendered as you went in. So, as you look over at Betsy, you notice one of the tires has been slashed.
You son of a... As soon as I see that, I'm just gonna like sprint over in like the most like uncontrolled, just unapologetic, like, what did you gotta be? I'm just gonna... I'm like looking around, just like kicking the dirt and just like, you son of a god, you no good degenerate son of a mother. I hate this goddamn thing.
I turn around. Did we all notice it or just him?
You guys noticed. If you didn't notice it before, you do notice it now.
With
Can
an arm.
can I see anybody with a tire around me? Like someone that's like rolling it down the street or some shit?
No, it's just slashed.
It's been
It's
slashed.
it's
Slashed.
still
I thought you
there.
meant like it was on a block. Okay. I'm just like, you son of a mother. Oh god, now I gotta find another one. Oh, this place sucks. I hate these people.
I'm gonna turn around. Is there a guard nearby?
Yeah.
I look at him and go, what the hell?
I mean, you are in the ghetto.
Yeah, but outside of your house and guest with your boss, and you just
I'm
let
not
them slash our tires?
I'm not responsible for your stuff.
I just stare at him and just go, just very disapprovingly, and shake my head and go.
He just kind of chuckles at you and shuts the thing and then goes back to. And you see him walk over.
The second he walks away, I'm just gonna go the little.
Okay. It's like, I can come back out there if you want.
Just you got a spare.
Well, I don't want to ruin your good looks. You're in the ghetto after all.
Yeah, it's true. But on this side of the fence.
Oh, you can come out on this side of the fence. I'm sure Jesse would like to have a conversation about how who you let slash his tires.
Who's talking about what now?
Do you pack a spare? I'm gonna sort of like be leaning against the back of the car and just go, okay, got a spare at all?
Why don't you take a look at the tire and see if you think you can repair it at this point?
I was gonna say, can I do a repair check?
Yeah, let's check that.
Okay. Yeah. That is a 8 with 1 raise.
Jesse, you think you can at least make this manageable for a while?
I'm just gonna look at them and be like, you think I carry a freaking spare? God.
Yes.
I don't know. You care about your
It
car?
ruins the speed. You know how much weight is already in this car with your fat asses? I can't get another spare.
I'm gonna kill him. He
Hey,
called
hey,
me
hey, hey, hey.
going
I, as a professional and an intellectual, have enough smarts to make this run for now.
Let's not scream at each other. Let's just get around the corner or something like that. I want to talk about something, and not in front of these assholes.
Just bubble gum. I got
some adhesive. It's medical adhesive.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna walk into the. Yeah, I'm just gonna literally open the door and sit in the car and just wait until the repairs are done. And I am so done with the situation already. I'm just like,
yeah,
just gonna disengage before I shoot him.
I move in and I sit next to Logan.
Is there? So, Mike, before I pull off, so wait, I need to do another repair check to make sure Betsy starts, right?
You do, yes.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Okay, and that is a that is a 13.
Okay,
with 2 raises.
I'm gonna call it the next 2 times. You do not need to start.
Okay.
Yep.
2x3. Okay, so does this opulent household have any like lawn decorations or things that may or may not be fragile if they were struck by a car?
Not that you could get to. There's a fence surrounding the. Yep.
Okay, is like the guard tower have a window on it or anything else like that?
Yeah, I could say it's gonna like
David's going to take out his Glock and put the cold hard barrel against the back of Jesse's neck and just say, "Don't even think about it. Just drive.
Hey, did you
just drive away."
You guys suck. Okay, I'm just gonna.
No, we'll be back, Jesse.
Yes,
we'll be back
we'll torch the place later when we have more ordnance.
I'm gonna put like my foot to the floor and just peel out as angrily as I can.
Of course, at this point, I'm going to retract the Glock and put it back in its holster.
Okay.
We'll look back at James like, when you get such huge balls?
At me? Or at him?
Yeah,
at you.
Heckling that guard. Damn, dude. What happened?
I'm done with this guy. And besides, I wasn't gonna fight him. I figured I'd just get him over the side of the fence and let Jesse eat his face off.
I mean, it's a fair point.
It is.
I'm not gonna fight anybody.
I mean, it doesn't taste great, but it in a pinch, you know.
I'm going to sort of shrug and go, fair enough. I mean,
Yeah.
Listen,
fight to
besides-
win,
I
you
just
don't
open my
fight-
mouth to speak and immediately could just like stop.
Like, at him. Like you fight to
Stop.
win, you don't fight to be clean.
It's true.
Besides-
That's a
It's a
very
good
true
point.
statement.
Is there anybody in this car right now that doesn't want to burn that house down and leave Dark naked in the street alone?
In
Oh,
the dark.
I don't
yeah.
want to burn the house down.
What?
what do you want to do with the house?
I want to waterboard him and take the house.
He has a good
Goals?
point.
Goals?
Goals. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
so okay.
At this point, while he's driving, I'm going to pull out the note and start like reading the note, which I've had in my fist this entire time.
Yeah. So as you look down in your hand, there's about 4 or 5 words. It says Butcher's Place, 9 p.m.
Okay, all right. Does anyone know what Butcher's Place is? And I hold up the note. The
Streetwise.
guard slipped me this.
I'm going to take the note from him and have a little read. I'm just going to turn it over my hands, go,
Streetwise roll around you, Mike.
Yep.
where did you get this from?
The guard slipped it to me when he bumped into me.
11.
So
Sympathetic guard.
So you know that Butcher's Place, it's a place that I would call home. It's a dirty biker bar. It's a dive. It's a straight dive biker bar. Serves dirty skunked out beer. And it's in a part of town that Johnny Dark would probably never go to. So
I smack Jesse on the shoulder roughly.
Ah!
Jesse actually might know this place. So yeah.
And I rattle off the address and then I just sit back.
Oh yeah, I've been there quite a few times. Kicked out, thrown out, blacked out, all sorts of things.
Outs.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's
What's-
good. Did you ever know to don't ever hit a guy as he's driving?
Is it 19 p.m. right now, or is it like I look at my Nexus to see what the time it is?
No, it's I'm trying to remember what time you guys went over there.
It was dark. It was
I
like
thought it was
early evening.
Later-ish. I just
Yeah,
don't know when.
you probably have a couple more hours to get there before you need to head
Yeah.
over there.
Like late in the day now.
Yeah.
I'll say 3 hours from now. I'll call it 6 o'clock at night. So
I'm just gonna put it out there. It's not exactly the scene for most of y'all, okay? Like, I blend in because I'm me. But y'all might have to work on your get-ups.
I'm gonna put you through a fucking wall.
I'm
I'm
fine
just
as I
saying-
am.
Rearview mirror.
I'm just saying, it's a biker bar. You look like you're yoked out on like Malibu Beach. He has a goddamn doctor's outfit on. This guy is packing more heat than like the middle of my butt cheeks on a hot day. And this guy is more home behind the computer. So I'm just saying,
Hey,
maybe
hey,
we should adjust things.
It's doctor. He didn't spend 27 years in medical school to be smart about them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
and, who would have thought that Jimmy Dean, Mr. Sausage Man, got a note to the butcher's place? You don't think it's a little weird?
I'm gonna look down at myself and like be kind of like what's wrong with me? I'm perfectly tactically attired. What's the problem?
David, what
Yeah?
he means is you look like you're about to step into a combat zone, not a biker bar.
I mean,
But aren't they the same?
They are.
I see.
but
I
you
see
don't
no
dress
difference.
like it. You don't dress like it.
Oh, right. Well,
Do you have any leather? Do you have any atlas chaps?
Actually,
Do you
I
have
actually
any-
think. I actually think he does have leather because isn't what he has is a biker jacket, like a armored
It is.
biker jacket.
I believe it's an actual armored
Yeah.
biker.
it
Yeah.
actually is.
Wearing biker jackets.
Yeah, there you go. That
Yeah.
could work. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm perfectly tactically attired. So thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. You still have to work on your attitude. You don't look like a biker. You don't talk like a biker. You
I'll
don't
never
drink
talk like
biker.
one. I don't think that can be sorted in the next couple of hours.
I think a good team bonding experience and good prep for this is we all get high together.
I tell you what, I have a
Who's
good
with me?
team bonding
High five.
experience. How if we got time to go over to Squeeze, I could use some more Glock ammunition.
fair. Now, Jesse, as you're driving there, repeat after me.
Ah,
I'm going to
I want to hear the end of this first.
put you through a wall.
Why? What did I do? I am driving you places. I am helping make this team best for success. I made
Jesse?
this team as the fearless leader. I deserve say and credit for all the success we've been having. I
Jesse,
am navigating
Jesse,
us to the
Jesse.
path of righteousness.
Jesse,
Yes, sir.
we don't need to be dressed for it. You will just be our guide to the dark side. Okay?
I'm gonna look over at Dr.
fine.
James Dunn and kind of like nudge him and go, he's the leader? Really?
Just let him believe it.
Fine.
Trust me, it's better that
Can
way.
we? And I'm gonna look over at Jesse and do we have time to go to Squeeze? Do you think it could fit it in?
But I know if the Squeeze and the Butcher's Place is on opposite sides,
Yeah.
can I get there? And okay, so I
So,
can make sure I can.
to put
can I
in
get there
perspective-
and get-
To put in perspective to you, no point from, I guess traffic could be the outlier of this, but no point in Hyde Park from any other point is more than 2 hours. So typically,
Okay.
unless you were like the worst traffic that the city had ever seen.
Okay, so we could get there
Yeah.
within the allotted time.
Right.
Okay. I'd like to head over there if at all possible. Like I said, I could use a refresher of ammunition. It's been a trying couple of days.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've been in jail. We've gotten into 2 gunfights.
I think.
3, and our friend has been kidnapped twice. In our childhood friend has been kidnapped twice in the last 3 days. 2 days.
How you know you're alive?
Right? Hasn't it been fun? We're gonna look back on this day like tomorrow and think this is gonna be such an awesome story. Like, right?
If we don't
Right?
end up
Right?
dead when the
Right?
lizard peoples kill us.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Then I'll turn my way towards Squeeze, and I'm just gonna be blaring like the loudest death metal I can to like emote my proper anger over my tire.
You never know, you might be able to buy a replacement though.
I don't want to spend freaking pawn shop weapon money on tires. I'll just find one. You can find shit tons of tires. There's one. There's one. There's one. That guy's wearing one. I mean, come on.
Oh,
Spend
Please
money
don't-
on tires. This guy.
Please,
This guy.
please don't mug somebody for tires.
yeah,
I've
there's
already
other
been in
things to
trouble
do.
with the cops.
Gonna pretend like I didn't hear that, so I don't have to break any rules later.
Oh God.
I'm just gonna shrug at this point and sit back in my
Just
seat.
take us to the place, Jesse.
James Dunn, you
do you
start
think
to
I'm
your Nexus starts to ring.
I pull it up. Who is it? I don't answer yet, but I pull it up.
So you see the face of a blonde lady that you recognize from your the night at the Rat, the first night at the
Oh
Rat.
yeah.
Yeah.
The one I hit on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I pull it up and go, hey, what's going on?
Hey, it's Linda. We met the other night.
Yeah. We talked about your augment.
Prosthetic
Yeah.
leg.
Yeah.
I think.
I was
Like-
kind of hoping I would hear from you. I just wanted to, reach out maybe and think we could grab a drink sometime or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to. I'm kind of working right now, but yeah, it's been a crazy couple days since that
Yeah,
you
that
there
was
when the
crazy
place got
then.
gassed?
It was crazy
Yeah.
that night.
Yeah, that's kind of put me in very busy with work and such. But I'll get back to you. I swear.
I heard that wasn't the first girl. That was like, I heard there's been like a couple girls that have had problems. Like all of my friends have been saying, don't go out alone. But like, it's crazy right now.
Yeah, you heard about the symbol, right?
Yeah. That's, I don't know, obviously, like, I just know it's like linked, like you go on the boards and there's all these crazy conspiracies and stuff, but like, they're saying it's a religious cult. They're saying, that there's a serial killer, but I mean, I don't know. I don't believe everything I read on the holiday. Half of that shit's propaganda anyway.
Yeah, well, one of my friend had to shoot a radioactive rat so we wouldn't die. So some stuff is crazier than you think.
Okay. What? So
Yeah.
when do you want to do that?
Tomorrow? You good?
Yeah, we could do that. Why don't we? Hell, why don't we just meet up at the Rat sometime?
Tomorrow at the Rat, 8 o'clock.
Sounds good. See you then.
All right. See ya.
See you, Doc.
Hang it up.
All right.
Wasn't
See-
aware that the sigil was common knowledge.
Apparently it is.
And a date, my good doctor.
Not the first. Not the last. Oh. Sorry, Jesse.
Bad.
What were you saying about the whole, several years of school and not getting anything? I don't see you getting a date.
Man, if I could remember as much strains, like I've probably forgotten more strains than you ever had. So shut up.
So after a couple minutes, you guys roll up at Squeeze. You pull up at the place, park the car, get out, and run up towards the door. You open the door, you walk in, and from out behind the security glass, the familiar face of Squee pops out. Hey, what's going on, guys?
What up, Squeak?
How
you
you
guys-
doing?
How you guys doing on that thing?
We're
Getting there.
getting there. We actually found some things that you might interest you.
Oh, what do you got?
So I
Protein?
think, yeah,
Or is it protein or is it?
I think it
or
was
is it
routine.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me go get them. I run out to the trunk of old Bessie and pop the trunk and come back in with the toys.
The toys.
The
Yep.
toys.
Just
So
wash on first. Will be.
I look around and make sure we're empty, or we're, not around. And then I slide 2 Gyrock pistols and 2 security truncheons on the counter.
Sure. So I'm looking up the cost right now. So what I typically do is I give you if you want store credit, typically a little bit more than if I just given you straight credits. Let's see.
I'm alright with store credits, you boys.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with store credit.
All right. We'll make it easy for you then.
Why can't I get a cost of this?
Besides,
What's the pistol you're looking for?
The it's a low quality dry rock. It's gonna be half. It has no
I
cost.
find the security truncheon is 900. I don't see the Gyrock anywhere.
That's
a
probably
real.
because Gyrox are meant to be on power armor, so
Yep.
Oh, never mind.
But
there's no associated cost.
So
'cause
I'm
they
gonna say-
come with the suit.
yeah, because okay, but I'm gonna say they
Let me look at the damage quick. Find a good alternative.
2d6.
3d6
no, they were
apparently.
they were
It's
low
low
quality
quality.
because they were taking off a low level street punk. But I'm gonna say he's gonna offer you 200 per. And for the security truncheons, what are they?
900.
Were you holding on to one of those, Dr. David Dunn?
yeah, I have one.
Okay.
David Dunn.
They've been.
Oh
they've
yeah,
been-
Dr.
We
James
have
Dunn.
merged into one.
One
The ultimate medic in combat.
David Greyson.
Combat medic.
David Greyson has his uploaded his consciousness into power armor, and Dr. James Dunn is in that. So that's what just
Yeah,
happened.
God.
Right there.
Why are we spoiling the plot to this to the
Episode
November
37.
show? Yeah.
I will be the ultimate suit of armor.
That just happened.
Canon. It is now
Oh,
canon.
Episode 37. Write it.
Oh my god. Okay. So he offers you for the security truncheons. He offers you 450 a piece for them. So
All right.
It's not
So
a bad
that's
thing.
store credit. That's store credit.
Yeah. So the 2 truncheons and the 2 pistols.
Yep. So it's 900, 1400 total credits.
All right.
Not bad,
damn.
lads.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. So at this point, I'm going to sort of step forward and say, so, have we got any Glock ammunition in stock at all?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, how much are we talking?
He looks over at you guys as he's doing this. He's like, hold on 1 second. So he walks over to the door, brings the sign down on the door, and shifts he makes a motion and the door locks. He's like, you know, we can't have civilians walking in here while doing this. So let me look under ammo.
Sort of gonna give him a knowing nod of appreciation of his discretion.
Wait, I don't like how they have the stuff in the items. I think you should be able to search and everything should come up.
That'll be nice.
Item, is it under item? Oh, bullet. It's under bullet.
Yeah, it's bullet medium or something like that.
Yep.
Small, medium, large.
Small, bullet small.
Yep.
Yeah.
So bullet small is it's going to be 8 credits for 50.
8 credits for 50.
Yep.
That's.
I should mention
That's
before you buy anything.
Oh wait,
we
hold
still-
on. I'm sorry. That's without
Swayed
the
is
conversion.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Swayed is 10.
So that would be 100. So it's 80. It's 80 credits for a box of 50 is what it is because he's giving you a discount.
So
Okay.
I should mention before we buy anything, we have a box of 50 9mm from the pistols.
Do those fit into the Glock?
It's
There's lots
small.
of-
Okay.
I forgot
so
about that,
should be-
Anton. I forgot about that conversion thing. So
yeah. Glock should be
That's actually
medium.
plenty of ammunition.
Glocks are medium?
Bullet medium is 9mm to 45.
Okay.
Okay.
so we've got-
oh,
we've
that's
got 50
right.
rounds
All
of
right. So
medium.
the first one's like small would be like 22. Oh yeah,
Okay.
22 to 32 caliber. Okay. All right. So
I mean, it's fit in the Gyrock. I don't know if that's.
so it's 200. He's giving you 180 for a box of 50. Sorry. You're
So
starting.
sorry, it's 180 for a box of 50 rounds.
Yeah, for the medium
Okay.
caliber, 9mm to 45.
I'm a bit for that. Okay, cool. And do the Gyrock pistol ammunition stack specific for the Gyrock, yeah?
Yes. It would be.
Okay,
It would
cool.
technically be energy ammo because.
Oh,
it's
right. Okay, because it's a
yeah.
special
That was-
gun thing. All right.
I grabbed the wrong when I was statting these guys out. I grabbed the wrong pistol. I didn't realize
Okay.
it was a power armor. I thought it was a standalone weapon.
All right.
Okay.
No problem. Am I allowed? I'm going to look over the party. Do you mind if I use some store credit on this, or do you guys have any other purchases you want to make? Because I've got my own credits on me.
I would
Between you and Ant, I don't want to be on the other side of a weapon. So if you two want anything from this, go for it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I basically. So
Jesse,
I-
do you want to try to get a tire?
There's other fun stuff I want.
Maybe a patch kit so that you can fix them in the future easier?
You see what I already did out there? I don't need a patch kit. Stop.
whilst these two are talking, I'm going to ask Squeed, do you have any magazines as well?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Does Squeed have any magazines at all?
Yeah. Let me.
Okay. Sorry, I only actually have 2 spare mags, something to myself. Probably want to pack a few more.
Weapon. I'm looking now.
They would be 100 credits each.
Say that again.
I believe it's 10% of the original weapons cost, so they'd be 100 credits each.
Okay, so 80 at this point.
Okay. So can I'd like to get 2 extra magazines and a box of 50 rounds, please.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna. Who wants to keep track of the credit at Squeeze? Ant, you want to do that for me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll let you keep track of the
We'll be
credit there.
bookkeeper.
Yep.
So what was it? 2 security truncheons, 4 pistols?
Yes. No, 2. Was it
2 pistols. It was 2 and
pistols.
2.
Yeah.
2 and 2. Got it.
Yeah, and I just spent let me just double check.
Don't worry, I got you.
Oh, cheers, man. Math was never my strong suit. Shooting people was. That's why I joined the military.
That's why you become the captain. You don't have to. You have other people do the math for you.
Clear, you know, that's why I have ensigns to do that for me.
Yep.
I'm always better with handling other people's money.
Fair enough.
Oh, jeez.
Is there anything else you guys are looking for while you're here?
Actually, I do have a quick question. How many rounds does a Glock mag hold?
These ones will hold 17 plus 1.
Okay.
17 in the magazine.
17 in the magazine. Okay. How come my current well-worn Glock only has 6 rounds of
In the weapon?
No, in total. So when I look at my well-worn Glock on the sheet, I only have 6 rounds out of 6. It's like a revolver.
It was because it was based on another weapon. So.
We can fix that offline. It should have. It should be.
No problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 17 plus 1. So.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. So great.
Okay. Jesse, were you looking for something?
I was just gonna. I'm gonna like walk up to Squee and just like even though I don't have to, gonna like get like really close to him, just like whisper at him, be like, hey, come here. I know you have some some weird shit. Do you have anything that's like more like combustive or like explosive or like C4-y?
Connoisseur.
You know, I'm not gonna let you touch those.
I whispered to him. I did not say I was making it public.
We'll make a perception roll.
Notice.
That too.
Yeah, I will happily do a notice roll to notice if I hear him saying this.
What?
And I'll roll one as well.
I didn't hear it. Never mind.
Oh, I'm gonna take a Benny on that one.
Wow.
He's not getting his hands on explosives. Not when I'm an explosive expert.
I just like whispered to my good friend Squee here. I could be saying, "How's your day?" I could be saying all sorts of things.
Friend Squee.
There. I roll a 4 and I hear him say this.
Boo.
And then I look over him and
I want to
I'm just.
check. I want to unskilled whisper check.
Do it. Do it.
Whilst I'm noting down things in my personal inventory, I'm gonna go. You're not buying explosives. You're not doing it. You have no idea how to use them.
Whether you have it or not.
I
got money right here.
I can probably get stuff if you. I just wanted to let you guys know. You guys get caught with this. You didn't get it at Squeeze.
I mean, if my plans go as massively as I imagine them being, I won't even have it much later than tonight.
What are you gonna blow up?
Shut up.
What?
What? Nothing. I'm gonna blow up the toilet when we get home because I had some bad stuff. Yeah, that's all it is. Shut up.
I mean, we're
right now. It's you don't have it on you. It's fine. I'll go browse. Fine. I'm gonna money to buy anything fun anyway.
I'd have to remind you that he built Betsy from scratch, including that engine, which has more parts that could explode and kill him than actual explosives had. So
I'm going to basically.
And he built that high. So
close the book.
How cars work.
I'm gonna close the
As
book
they're
and I'll look
arguing,
around.
Jesse, he leans over to you and says it's about 500 credits per demolition.
Yeah, man, I know what's about. There ain't no cost on revenge. So yeah, yeah, I got that. That's fine.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
In my pocket.
I don't want to know. I'll see what I can do.
If you purchase this, you're at least taking a safety course from me first. You're going to at least learn how to use it correctly. Or, better yet, give it to me and I'll place it.
Where's the fun in that?
Because then it'll actually blow up what you're looking at.
It's my thing. Let me have it. Well,
You can hold it. You can look at it. But when it comes to placing it, I'll be the one who places it.
My explosives. Mine.
I turn to Xero and I go, how have you not put them through? Oh, wait, you did. Never mind.
Do you see why there's a hole in the neighbor's house?
Yeah,
man. But yeah, in all seriousness, if you ever come across some, just give me a shout.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Since I hopefully we're gonna be making some money off this job. God knows when.
Well, when we get the job done, so the quicker we can do it, the better. Shall we get back to it, gentlemen, and get this equipment out? Unless anyone wants anything else. You know, a missile launcher, maybe a railgun. Seeing as you're buying explosives.
How against are you
So,
all from
as you
letting
look-
me use store credit?
Give me a notice check, David Grayson, please.
Sure, give me a second. I roll a 4, a natural 1.
As you look over and the words railgun escape your mouth, Squee just kind of, his eyes light up.
I'm going to notice this and go, Squee, is there something you're not telling us?
Aren't you?
And I'm going to lean forward and like this on the counter. I'm going to go, I do have a very, very massive passion for railguns.
All right, they get away here, but you're going to come with me a second, okay?
Okay.
All right. I was going to look at him. If he says that out loud, I'm just going to say he has a sexual attraction to big weaponry.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to nod matter of fact. Absolutely. And I'm going to look over at the doctor and say, you'll never understand. And it's okay. It's fine. It's a gun guy.
I don't judge. I don't judge. Jesse has his cars. You have your rail guns. I have beautiful women. It's okay. Rotein has his protein.
So okay, I'm gonna follow Squee.
All right. So you walk with him to the back of the store. He walks over. As you're walking to the back of the store, it's on the right hand side. He hits a button. A door opens up, and when you step back there, this is where the good stuff is. But as you look up at the wall, you see a light rail gun. It's something you've seen in the past, and it's beautiful. It's a little well worn, but
she's got a little patina. She's a little wear.
Yeah,
character.
Yep.
I am going to be enthralled by this.
He's like, I've been waiting for the right person to take this. Price tag is 75,000 credits.
I might be a little out of change right now, but trust me, I'll be back. And I'm gonna look up the gun and go, baby.
I do take payments.
Kiss it. Kiss it.
Sorry.
I do take payments.
Okay. No, I'm gonna nod my head and go, okay. And what's the payment plan like?
You pay it off and you pick it up.
He's financing a Gauss rifle like we would Chevy Impala.
Can I have this for Christmas if I do some layaway?
Listen. You can't say driving around in a whoopty with David leaning out the back with a rail gun as someone's chasing us isn't the kind of thing you want to see happening.
I'm gonna break the fourth wall for a second here. I cannot wait for the late days of this campaign and the shenanigans that are gonna happen.
What? One shot from that thing would blow up Betsy and all of us.
Yep.
I'm going to reach up at it and just gonna like caress this weapon. It's gonna remind me of the old days where I used something similar in the military, and it's just gonna bring back good memories.
All right,
I'm gonna look at it longingly.
You tell me when you got the dough and we can make this happen. Squeeze always looking to make that money.
Oh, absolutely. She's worth every penny.
So
every credit.
He ushers you out. Give me a notice roll.
Sure.
All of us or just him?
Hey, just him.
Okay.
15.
You do notice a crate in there. It's a large crate with the words "power armor" on it. As you walk out,
I'm going to just nudge Squee, and I'm gonna go. Is that what I think it is?
I'm just gonna say you can't afford the other thing. It may be.
Yeah, I was trained to use that equipment.
Yes, but
extensively.
Yeah.
Did Squee rob a military truck? Like, how the hell is Squee getting his hands on this kind of?
Oh, I don't want to know. I don't want to know who died for it. I just want it. I was trained and born to wear that gear. But anyway, and I'm gonna just walk out. I am enthralled. I want it all. I can't afford any of it, and it pisses me off. But it's fine. Squee's my man now. I know what he's got. I'm excited. David is the most animated he's been in a long time.
Pants are a little tight, but that's another thing.
Well, we can sort that out later. Anyway, back to business.
All right, so you guys walk out there.
Well, I will say before the last thing before we go, this is just for Squee, do you have anything that we can wear that is more incognito than what we currently are?
Let me see what I got.
Something that's not paper or cloth.
So what are you looking for? You looking for like different set of clothes, or what are you looking for?
clothing that might be a little tougher than your average clothing.
He wants I'm just looking around. He wants body armor interwoven into the clothing.
Don't use the word armor. Armor implies I'm going to get hit, and I'm not going to get hit.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's one of his trigger words. I'm going to just look at a matter of fact. He'd like insurance for longevity of life.
So when you start talking about armor and you're talking about light armor, we're getting up into the
into the way expensive
1800 credit range.
Yeah.
I
thought so. So I just wanted to like, we'll talk later. Squee, talk. Oh,
Squee has wares if you have credits.
The last thing I'm going to ask, and I'm going to try to be as persuasive and as charming as possible, and just say, Squee, my man, is there anything you want? If we just happen to find it out in the world, anything that you really looking for?
I'm looking for cutting edge stuff. If you come across something that not necessarily they don't see on the streets pretty often, I'm also looking for some low range stuff. I mean, some of the people that frequent here are just looking for something that they,
Saturday Night Special, something that keep them alive,
exactly, exactly. So, I mean, the middle ground, I pretty much am all set. But if you see something, you let me know, and we'll get you top dollar for it. But I do need some bottom of the barrel stuff so that we can keep some of those crackheads out there happy, robbing each other, making money.
Nod knowingly at that. Fair enough. Looks like we've got some collecting to do, gentlemen.
You keep keeping us with store credit and keep that very large piece of equipment.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He's just flirting with you. Let's go.
Christmas.
Come
on. Let's go.
That's what he thought. Christmas.
Yes.
And with that, I'm going to collect my box of ammunition and my couple of Glock mags and pop them in my, put them in the jacket so they'll see it's incognito as we walk out this store.
Okay. You guys get outside. The door closes. Squee, you guys, as you're walking out, he yells to you guys, "Best of luck, boys!" Walks behind walks behind his bulletproof glass, sits down, and starts, working on shop stuff. So.
All right, y'all, we going to the butcher's now?
Why not? You're our guide. Take us down the rabbit hole.
Okay, I just want you all to repeat. I am nothing without Jesse. Okay.
I am going to put you into a wall.
You are Virgil to our Dante.
You're going to hear the metallic clack of rounds being loaded into these new mags. Just...
Yo, man, you want an extra sweatshirt or something to keep yourself happy back there?
Do you ever change your pants? I'm thinking he needs one.
I think so.
Anywho, I and drive off.
Yeah.
That's my one more of my free starts. So there we go.
And
we will head off to the butchers.
Yeah, that's right. You got one more for you after that one.
Yep, one more after this. Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. So it takes you about half hour, 45 minutes to get over to the butcher's place. You guys are cruising through the city, and you get to the bar, and so it's you get over there a little early. It's about 8:30, and I'm gonna share a map with you guys.
All right.
And I'm gonna open it up. So you see it outside of this building, and it's it's every bit as run down as you would think, as Jesse's made it out to be. It is you walk up and like there's no neon sign. There's like literally like a riveted sign. It's like the butcher's place. You know what I mean? It's not lit. It's not anything like that. There's places on either side of it that look a little better. But there's a guy standing outside, and you know, there's a line of bikers. There's a bunch of bikes out in front of the place, and you know, just you've seen, you know, there's everything there from like old school dirt bikes, enduros, you know, like chopped up to Harleys, and like all the way up to new enhanced cycle bots, and it's there's a wide range there. But you guys look, and there's a bunch of guys out there with leather tattoos, beards, and patches. So
My man.
Charming place.
I feel like it's
Jesse,
home.
Jesse, this is your world. Take us in.
Yes, sir. All right, let's go. I'm just gonna like hop out of the car, slam the door, like slide across the hood, start like walking up to the door.
As he's doing this, as always, I'm checking corners and checking security. You know me.
Absolutely. So Loken, this
Notice check,
is
cool.
I'm sorry, David. So as you walk up, pretty much everybody feels like they could be a threat at this point. They have the ability to be a threat.
Okay.
I know when you're looking at a situation, you're looking for the closest, you know, or the biggest threat or the immediate threat. But this is a rough place. Like you get the feeling right off the bat this is a rough place. So
Yeah.
everybody looks like they can handle themselves. They might not be soldiers, but they can definitely handle themselves. So
Okay. Good to know.
So are you guys all going in? Let me know what you're doing.
I turn to Ant and I say, "Hey, Ant,
Yeah.
you mind sticking outside with me? Let these three folks go in. I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb, and I could use someone with a gun."
Yeah, fair. Mind. It's not really my style anyway.
I slap the note into David's hand again. I go, "Remember that."
I'm just gonna grab it and put it in the coat and go. Fair enough. All right, lads, let's go in and see if we can find out this mysterious note giver. And a gesture to Jesse to lead the way in.
I'm already walking. I'm not even waiting for y'all.
Oh, all right, nice. All right, we're gonna catch up with him then because he's already well buggered off, hasn't he?
All right. So you guys, yeah, this isn't the kind of place with a cover. There's a guy standing outside making sure, you know, if he has to bounce, somebody's ready. But you know, Jesse looks at him and nods. He's seen the guy's seen Jesse here before with him. You know, he as Xero walks in with you know, he kind of sizes Xero up, and you know, same thing with you, David. And you guys walk in. As you walk through the door, the room opens up. You see in front of you, there's a bar. It's gonna take me a second to open up. The initial room there's a table right off to the left. And from there, you can see the bar extends all the way to the back of the building. And you can see just to about to the end to the table right at the end of the bar. I'm gonna open up a little bit more for you. Music is playing. This place is a rough, you know, it's got the jukebox kicking, and it's as you walk in, like metal just assaults your ears. There's plenty of smoke in the air. There's plenty of other smoke in the air. The smell of synth alcohol is all over the place, as well as the ever pervasive smell of last night's vomit. It is you look around, you know, people are laughing, people are, you know, having a good time. Occasionally you see a little bit of scuffle, you know, somebody might throw a punch or two, and then they get, you know, they're gonna get walked out. And as you guys walk into the bar, a particular group of people, give me a notice roll, everybody who's in.
Sure. Okay. Rolling now.
Just to get a 9.
I roll a 7 with a natural 1.
That's 7.
All right. So, David and Xero, you guys notice that you guys are getting looks. You know what I mean? That you look around and you see that they're, you know, notice Jesse, but they don't really give him a second glance. He's been seen around here before, but you guys kind of stick out. Jesse, you sweep through the crowd and you look towards the back of the room, and a bunch of guys get up and start walking over towards you.
Do I know these people?
You don't, but they so they're walking over to you, and they're dressed in like baggy clothes, like I guess the best way to describe them is that, they have colors on. They baggy clothes, hoodies, like dark black hoodies, and
Have I interacted with their kind before?
No.
Okay.
Giant.
I'm just gonna like nudge David and Protein Shake and be like, and just like point them out.
Yep.
Jesse nudges Jesse.
Yeah, just like.
Hey, buddy, wake up.
All right, so about 6 guys start walking in your direction, Jesse, and they make their way through the crowd, and people kind of part as they walk through, and the front one comes up to you and says, "Hey, are you Jesse?
Yeah, who are you?
You got a note to meet somebody here tonight, right?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out the note and just so like uncrumple it and show it off as proof.
I just stand behind him, arms crossed.
All right. So here's the deal. Lewis wants to meet with you, but I gotta set some groundwork here. No threats. You guys keep your hands when you can see them. I don't care if you have weapons or not on you. Just keep your hands when we can see you. While you're in here in this house, you will be respectful to Lewis, to us, and to everybody around you. This is our house, and we expect you guys to be calm. When you leave here, what you do is your business, but tonight, you will be calm in our house.
I just give him like a nod and be like, not my first rodeo. Been here many a time. Love the place. Wouldn't imagine doing anything to harm it.
All right. So he points to the back of the room. If you look in the back of the room, I'm going to open up. There's a pool table, and there is on the other side of the pool table, there's a gentleman sitting down on one of the cushions. As you get around the wall, you can see it opens up more and more. There's a bathroom, and over in the back right or the easternmost part of the room, as you look, David, as you walk past, you notice that there's a hallway that leads down between the bar side and the toilet side. There's a door that opens up, and you see stairs in the background that back there. So the guy is sitting at one of the in one of the corner booth or like a corner seat behind the pool table, and there's a couple guys standing there. So the gentleman you're talking to points over to him and says, "After you," and as you guys start to walk over, he flanks you, and then a couple of the guys that were walking over come behind you.
I usually like walk with my hands in my sweatshirt. I'm just gonna keep them out to my side,
Okay.
just openly, like kind of like flaunt them, kind of thing.
All righty. So as you guys walk over, you see this gentleman. Somebody, one of his guys walks over to him and leans down and whispers in his ear, and his head snaps over, and he makes eye contact with and he definitely watches you guys as you walk over. He stands up. Not a tall man, probably about 5'11", 5'10", 5'11", but he's obviously in good shape. He's well muscled. He's wearing kind of like a nice top, almost like a sports coat, with a t-shirt cut out under it, and you can see across his chest is the words, the tattoo Mexican. He's got chains, and on his hands are no signs of wealth, but he's wearing a watch on his left hand, which you guys know is not typical because everybody rocks their Nexus nowadays. But he definitely has a watch, and he has a crucifix hanging from his one of his trains. He's got short black hair, and as you guys walk over to him, one of his the corner of his mouth gets a little small smile in it. Who's walking up first?
Jesse would.
So as you walk up, Jesse, he extends his hand out to you to shake your hand.
I'm just gonna shake it and just go, Jesse, you?
I'm Louis. Louis Valdez.
I understand you're the one who we're supposed to be here to meet.
Yeah. So, what's Lorna to you guys?
You want the long answer or the short answer?
I got time.
Well, you see, I kind of go through the entire story of like our all history together, growing up and everything else. Kind of say, Lorna's an old friend of ours. We go back a long, long time. Grew up with her. We care about her in more ways than one. Some of us more than others, but it's a mix. Being completely upfront with you all, it's first part, she's a friend. Second part, we were offered to and hired to look for her. So it's a two-part thing.
So, I'm going to be upfront with you. I have a lot of respect for Lorna. I used to work for Dark. I was the head bodyguard over there. And Dark put me in control of watching out for Lorna. He you know, we all do things we regret in this life, right? But he paid so well. And I took that money, I brought it back into my community, make my community better. But he had me watch out to make sure Lorna wasn't stepping out. But I gotta be honest, man, that girl gave me respect. And respect is everything down here. And
I'm not my head at that.
she was a tough cookie. You know, she definitely a tough cookie, so I kind of started to watch out for her. And when you know, when she decided when she wanted to get off that junk, you know, we kind of helped her out. We got her out. And you know, she got out of that lifestyle. And I heard she was coming back into the hide, doing good things for herself. And then, you know, my guy up there found you guys asking questions, and you know, so we're trying to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, it's, hopefully we can help each other out because we're trying to do the same thing. She went missing, and we're trying to find her. I mean, that's where we've looked down a few leads, and up until we got that note, we exhausted every single one of them. According to Dark, she's back on. Yeah, according to Dark, she's back on the stuff, which I highly doubt.
I doubt that too. Anthony's a liar. He is a
Yeah.
That guy
was a real piece of shit when we were there.
Hey. I gotta ask you respect.
My apologies.
No
I just
swearing
get
in
heated
here.
up with my. Yes, sir. I just get heated up with my friends.
No,
You know.
and I get that, man, and I get that. That's why I just being upfront with you. I don't like the swearing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so Dark put me in charge of watching her. He just kept her in check with the drugs, and he kept her in check with the, you know what I mean, like stringing along. He'd dose her, you know, when she got desperate to keep her complacent, and it's tough. You know, you want to do something for somebody like that, but you know, you guys are fours, you know what's up. You know, there's no money down here. For somebody making the kind of money I was in his employ, I was able to do good things in this neighborhood. You know, I would clean the neighborhood up, you know, try to get people's, you know, families, you know, set up. And
I don't think any of us would judge you for what you did. We simply want to find her and bring her back safe. Every lead we've had has been exhausted, and all we've been told is she's back on the stuff, and from everything we've investigated, she's not. So something doesn't add up.
I'll tell you, man, I'm definitely in Lorna's corner. She's legit. You know, she believes what she believes. You know, I just, you know, when she was trying to get loose, you know, I hooked her up with Scorpio Sage, and you know, you know, he helped us get things in line and get her out of that lifestyle. And you know, she definitely earned respect there. And you know, I thought you guys might have an idea where she is, you know, but
no, man. I have to say, when's the last time you spoke to Scorpio? You guys still tight, or you guys not?
I mean, we haven't talked in months. I mean, you know, that when it was this whole thing, like, you know, I feel like when she was trying to escape that lifestyle, one of the, they say with addicts, you tend to trade one thing for another. So she traded the addiction for her jumping headfirst into the cause, and Scorpio obviously was coward that he is. He definitely was he put that crusade in her head and gave her something to run with, and it was good for her. But I haven't talked to him at least 2 months.
Yeah, man, well, I would recommend that you don't. Last time we tried talking to him, my larger friend here was the one that spoke to him. He could tell you a little bit more firsthand. We got nothing even remotely usable out of him, and then
did he go off on a tirade?
Something about salads and who knows what, and then
same stuff.
Yeah, then he walked out of the bar and or walked out of the restaurant, I guess, and then short while later, a bunch of people come up shooting at us. So it wasn't a pretty picture.
So I said it a minute ago. I said, that cat's a coward. He is a coward in every sense of the word. So maybe he thought if you guys could get to him, then Elf could get to him too.
Wait, well, excuse me, sir, but who the heck is Elf?
Elf? You don't know about Elf?
I'm gonna shake our heads and go, nope. That's the first I've heard of it.
This is kind of how Lorna and it's part of the crusade with Lorna and Sage. I mean, Elf is this like shell company, and nobody knows who. It's enhanced living facilities. It's like, I'm sure you've seen the commercials. At enhanced living facilities, we help you make your life better. Like that, all that BS. But it's, I mean, if you could believe what Scorpio says and what Lorna, because Lorna's been uncovering, it's about control rather than enhancing your life. I mean, we don't get the money for that crap down here. We don't have, our cybernetics, and he's like, lucky enough I don't have any. And as he looks down his arms, you notice he's got two crosses on the back of his hands tattooed. He's like, I'm 100% purebred, but it's the cybernetics that we get down here aren't quality. You know what I mean? We can't.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, it's but I tell you, man, you go asking questions about Elf, you go asking questions about the big corporations around here, like Scorpio did, and like Lorna's doing, and like she's pressing the issue. You're gonna go get a case of the deads. You know what I mean? It's like you're gonna end up disappearing, man. I think that girl's in trouble.
Did you know about her talents with the hacking stuff?
No, I mean, I knew that girl. That girl's smart, man. She could do whatever she put her minds to. But
yeah, well, apparently she put her mind to a bunch of hacking. Had some really interesting tech that our tech guy out in the car was really excited about. Seems like she kind of. I wouldn't be surprised if she got herself into a mess of a few different things. Do you think we should start? Do you think this Elf is a good spot to look?
I mean, I just know people start looking into things and they disappear. I'm not telling you.
But we just have nothing to look at right now.
I mean, she could be already gone. Yeah, she could be in the bottom of the harbor somewhere. She could be in a barrel stuff somewhere. No,
heaven forbid. But
yeah,
I understand. Yeah,
she's asking the right kind of questions out there, and those kind of the wrong kind of the questions at the same time. Word is out. So the word on the street right now is that Mark's got money in their eyes looking for her. Somebody out there put a price on her head. You can't have revolutions in the street, man. You got to stick with the status quo, or they're you're gonna. It's just she's doing these things out in the open. You got to work behind the scenes. You got to work covert. You got to work guerrilla style. You got to get Shay on them, and just that's how you got to fight this thing. And she, Scorpio's out in the paper, and he thinks he's slick. He's putting out these articles about these companies, and like pointing the finger, and and she's buying into it 100%. But again, like I said, with addiction, you trade one thing for another. She jumped right into the crusade after she did, she got off the junk. I mean, if I was out there, it's got to be one or two things. It's got to be either Elf or the, whoever's moving the power behind these shell companies that run the city, or Dark. I mean, Anthony, I'm not even going to justify his name with calling him Johnny Dark. His name's Anthony. He's a little scared little boy. And I'll tell you, if he would not make it outside of his house in the hide. I mean, it's a fact. You know, he's holed up in that
okay.
mansion. He's holed up in that mansion. He's got any number of goons around him, you know, and I was one of those goons for a while, but you know what? We got to make that money. We do what we can for our family and our community.
I don't mean to be presumptuous, but one of your guys still works over there, right? Obviously gave us that note.
Yeah. I mean, we try to do good when we can. We try to use that information to, you know what I mean? Like,
What do you think the chances would be that he or someone might be able to, like, you know, leave a window open or leave a door open or something for us to kind of take a closer look?
that could probably be rearranged, but you'd have to get by the, you know, I don't have that. I have 4 guys in there that rotate in and out. You guys got lucky he was there today. But
We have a security guy. I point to Davey right here. I have a security guy, and I have a guy who's actually pretty light on his feet despite his size. Kind of give a head nod to the other one.
yeah, he
Like, it might
definitely
not
looks
be
like he can ballet.
Oh yeah, man, you'd be surprised. Little Twinkle Toes over here can do some dance moves. But I think if we're gonna knock out Dark as one of these options here, we really need to see. I mean, do you know if he has any other holdings or like hideaways or safe spaces, or he just really loves that mansion?
I tell you, he loves that mansion because he's giving the finger to everybody down here. He doesn't care.
Yes, sir.
He got it cheap. He's got a lot of land, and he has the money. But you know, although lately, man, I've been hearing word that he's been selling stuff off, trying to owing people money and not getting the gigs he used to, and not getting the invites to the parties that he used to. But I mean,
I can see that definitely is the case.
it feels like a reckoning's coming to him. It could be him. And like my gut says it's either Dark or this, whoever's doing these power moves behind the scenes.
I mean, I can tell you what. If you are as interested in finding Lorna as we are, we could divide and conquer with this. I mean, I could try to have one of my guys look into this elf stuff, see if anything is coming up with it. Or otherwise, we can, if you wouldn't mind getting us in a Dark's place, we can take care of that loophole too.
Yeah, let me reach out. Let me find the schedule for the next couple days and see who's on and see what we can do. Maybe we can knock out a section of surveillance in one of the areas, and you guys could get over the fence or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be straight with you. If you guys get in there and this guy, his choice is to blow his cover or put a hole in you, he's gonna put a hole in you.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah, I can check. I can check into that. As far as Scorpio, I mean, I can put you in touch with Scorpio. I don't know what happened. I don't know if that was him.
He tried to kill us.
I was gonna say, I don't know. That bridge might be permanently burnt down, but I mean, if you think he has any type of semblance of in him, maybe. But all we know is that she and him had some kind of like secure line going back and forth. They had some tech stuff going back and forth.
Yep.
So I don't know. I mean, we all hate Dark, so even if it's not him, we'd love just to have a chance to break in and do something. Just to be completely honest with you, so we can see. I mean, if you have a better way of getting in touch with Scorpio, I mean, we'll be all ears.
I mean, I can try to reach out to him. He at least knows me.
Yeah.
Maybe he got like. I'll be honest with you. What it sounds like to happen to me is he got spooked because you guys got so close, and he didn't have that separation between. You know what I mean? That he could normally.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is scary stuff out there, dude. He's, it's. These are the kind of companies that you could wake up dead tomorrow. You could wake up not ever having existed.
Yeah. How about this? How about you look into those two things for us? I mean, I don't know if I should give you or one of your guys. I'll give you one of my contact right here.
Okay.
And we'll look into this elf thing and see if we can get anything from there, and we'll just wait to hear from you.
Okay. Why don't we? I'll see what I can do tonight. I'll come up with a schedule, and I'll give you guys a shout tomorrow.
I'll kind of like hold up my Nexus and kind of like bring up my contact and just like look for someone to slide it to. Just like kind of like...
He extends his hand
okay.
out to. I'm sorry, he does not. He has the guy next to him extend his hand out to you.
I slide it to him.
Yep.
Just be like, you can reach me day or night.
All right.
This is right now our #1 priority.
So, I just got to be honest with you too, man. I've been hearing it's not just Lorna getting missing. we're starting to hear, we try to look out in the neighborhood. We try to look out for the, the people around here, the good people. And, we've heard about some women going missing and something about some cult out there. So, we're putting boots to the street trying to get what information we can. You guys heard anything about that?
Yeah, we saw one happen firsthand a couple nights ago.
Where was that?
We were at the Rat. We were there watching one of Lorna's shows. And
you were
you might have
there
heard
that
about
night?
Yeah,
we were.
I don't know, Davey, was it you who snapped a picture of her?
Yeah. So I'm gonna grab my Nexus and sort of again to the same gentleman that you slide the content over, slide the pictures. I took these at the scene as evidence. It seems that it is absolutely a cult. We actually are trying to track down some more information about it.
So as the picture pops up from your Nexus, he goes, "May I?" And he's looking over, and he looks like he wants to manipulate the images.
By all means.
All right, so he pans it around, and he just twists it, and he looks, and he comes in on that symbol, and he's, man, that's a dirty symbol right there, man.
Not bad.
I mean,
so yeah.
This is, yeah. I mean, I can find out. I can see what the other, the other people that are. If the other girls come up missing, I would say look at the symbol and see if it matches. But I'll see.
Yeah, we know of one other that's gone missing that had the same symbol carved on them.
Oh.
And again, I think I still have the report. So.
There's some crazy things going on in the city right now. I mean, this is a crazy time, but like, there's a lot of crazy stuff going down here. Where the trash, where they come to jump all their problems. You know what I mean? Where the rich come and, if they want to come down and they want to beat somebody up, they want to pay to beat somebody up, they come down here and they find somebody willing to get the shit kicked out of them. Pardon me, friend. If they want all those vices that they can't find up, those dirty little secrets that they can't get up in ones and twos, and this is where they come. This is where their dark fantasies play out in our town, in our part of town. And I'm tired of it, man. I know a lot of people are tired of it. A lot of people throughout this, I mean, you guys are old enough to remember when, things were different. So I don't think Lorna's wrong. I think she just got in a little over her head, maybe. So we'll have to see.
Could be. I mean, her apartment looked clean. Nothing there. So whatever happened, I don't know where she went missing. But
she was obviously pissed off the wrong person.
In one way, shape, or form.
All right. Well, I wish you got nothing but the best of luck. And I will reach out to you tomorrow, and we'll see what we can come up with.
Sounds good. Anything for the sake of the town? Anything we could do while we're out there for you?
I mean,
I'm a homeboy. I mean, I've been here born and bred, and I kind of take off my sweatshirt and show them my Boston tattoo.
Yeah.
That kind of goes across my arm.
You see trash that needs to take it out, you take it out. I mean, that's all we can do, right?
We appreciate the intel. Thank you for your time.
I appreciate your time. Thank you. I'll extend my hand to shake his.
So he absolutely shakes your hand, and he sends you off with a Christian blessing as you walk out. And with that, it's probably a good time to take a break, guys.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
What are you guys thinking at this point? I forgot to ask you at the top of the hour what your characters were thinking. So let's do a quick round robin. Let's just do a couple words from each of you. Xero.
I'm trying to put pieces together. Even though my character strong suit isn't stuff like this, I enjoy stuff like this immensely, and it's been really cool to watch it slowly piece together. I'm pretty sure everybody at home is watching the gears slowly starting to turn as I'm canting my head, I'm checking notes, I'm wait a minute. So it's been pretty cool. I've been really enjoying it.
Excellent. James Dunn. Dr. James Dunn. You didn't go to medical school for 11 years to be called Mr.
Thank you. He's actually kind of interested to see Jesse because he knows that Jesse is this is Jesse's world, and he's the kind of guy to walk in there. And he's trying to give people a little bit more things. He doesn't want to be the guy who always ends up having to talk to people because in his mind, one of these talks is going to end up with him getting hit, and that scares the shit out of him. the poop out of him. So he is trying to let other people kind of branch off, but he's also trying to like the thing that's walking through his head right now is what was on that drive that he was got in prison, and then also that's why he wanted to hang out with Ant in the back, talk about that while they were inside.
Yep.
And then he also wanted to try to piece together a timeline of events, where she was last seen, when like at what time, where, based now that they've got all this information that they've gathered. So,
gotcha. Jesse.
Like I said, Jesse's not smart enough to really know anything much more than the immediate 5 minutes in front of his face. So the only thing he really has on his mind right now is screw Dark, he's gonna pay. And that's all he's kind of waiting for right now. So it's kind of like he's just gonna wait for the phone call, and until then he's gonna try to figure out what's the best way to screw Dark over.
David Greyson.
Two things prevail on my mind. First of all, I'd really, really like some time alone with Dark. Just to interrogate him a little.
Just a little bit?
Rough him up slightly.
Just a little bit.
The other thing on my mind is how that ever-living devil am I going to go and get that power armor from Squeeze? And that railgun. That is on my mind right now.
That's 100% true.
There has got to be a way to get that armor without having to pay for it. I don't know what I'm going to have to do, but I need that gear.
So I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
So a shop that sells this, how do you think it's protected?
I'm not asking to steal it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not stupid. Come on. I'm a man who
turning tricks with a Glock, I think is what he's trying to
Heavens no. I just want to make sure that gear is utilized to the best of its abilities. With a trained operator inside of it.
Chopping downtown in Boston.
Making your way downtown.
Way downtown.
Walking fast.
Oh, I'll be running fast in that gear.
That just happened. that just happened.
Just imagine that, but with power armor.
I had a visual of Terry Crews in power armor doing it.
Yes.
Anton.
And I'm homebound.
Anton, what are you thinking?
Well, I like to. Hackers tend to be very much puzzle solvers at heart, whether they like it or not. And is really liking having a much more difficult puzzle for once. He's used to just knowing everything and getting into things easily and making a living off of it. Just having just being able to just buy things without paying for them and get things delivered without ordering them, stuff like that.
Yep.
And he's just trying to he's enjoying having this big Rubik's cube to put together and play with.
Okay. So as players, I get a question for you, because like this is going to be a very story-driven campaign, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like I've said I've had a story I want to tell for years, and I'm interposing some other story into it to add to it. There's a lot of plot lines going on right now. Are we good with that? Are we good with the intrigue?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although I'm rubbish at it. Yes.
I just wish I wasn't an idiot.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm terrible at intrigue. I can never put those puzzle pieces together. I love it, but I'm never the one to put it together. I'm the one to go, oh right, and then shoot whatever the hell needs to be shot. That's what I'm good at. Okay, I'm good at bashing doors down and doing all that business.
Okay.
And that's why there are parties.
Right. Exactly. So everybody can play there. Yeah.
I'm just like.
All right, guys. We're gonna go to break. I'm gonna leave you guys with a poll, and that poll is Star Wars versus Star Trek. So I want to see the responses when we get back. We will.
Star Wars, Star Trek. How about 40K?
It's already going. So.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. We like to do this to give our cast a chance to run to the restroom and stuff. So we'll see you in a few minutes. We're coming back. We are coming back from that break. So thank you so much for your patience.
I was totally tempted to turn my camera upside down when you said that, so that I would be thumbs up, but I'd be upside down. Be like, we're in space. I'm kind of
disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed you didn't do that.
I know. Thought about it too late.
There's always next time, right? There is always next time. So yeah, so when we went away to the break, I had asked a question: Star Wars versus Star Trek, and Star Wars won overwhelmingly. So
boo.
Overwhelmingly.
Of course, it's strong.
Hang on, Star Wars one.
Yeah.
No taste.
There was only 11 votes, but 9 voted for yes for Star Wars, and 3 people voted wrong.
Oh, it's a wish.
I used to joke that my argument used to be that Star Trek was better than Star Wars only because there was so much content. Like with Star Trek, you could literally watch any kind of content you wanted.
Right.
You wanted horror, they got horror. You got action, they got action. You want mystery, they got mystery. And they had like 200 plus episodes per series of all of that.
Yep.
And now Star Wars is starting to making movies, and not just making movies, but it's also making
shows
TV
and
series. So
Yep.
I'm just like,
How many episodes? Like, so one thing that I have not watched yet is the Doc. We were talking about it the other day. I still haven't started
Clone
watching
Wars?
Clone Wars. Yeah. How many?
Clone
There's like
Wars.
what, 7 seasons of that?
It's
So,
really good. Mike.
133 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard it's
All of
absolutely.
Watch it. It's great. Watch it in the chronological order. They messed
Yeah.
up season 1 and a little bit of season 2. After season 2, like middle to the end of season 2, they managed to unmess up the situation.
Okay.
But there's an actual chronological order you're supposed to watch it in, which was supposed to be planned in, with kind of little mini arcs, and then it gets better throughout there. So just make sure you do that at the very beginning, and then you'll be fine.
I'm assuming I can
It is
Google an
excellent.
episodic
you
list.
can.
Chronicle.
You just
Yeah.
there's a chronological list out there. So
All right. So when we left off, our party had met Lewis, and he was a former bodyguard for Johnny Dark, Anthony, scared little Anthony. And, I feel like Johnny Dark is going to be, I want to leave him in the campaign because I see how distasteful he is to all of you. Like, I see your looks on your face when I say Johnny Dark, and you guys are like, oh, I want to torture his face for hours. So
That's great.
maybe I'll just leave him in. What do you guys think?
listen, I don't want to murder him. I just want to leave him naked in the street with nothing but his own ego to keep him alive and see how long that lasts.
Jesse isn't that clever. He wants to murder him.
Like I said, I like to interrogate him.
To quote a movie, fonging, lots of pain.
I've done a lot of strange things in my service, including extracting information.
Stephen King wrote a short story a long time ago, and it was about it's something like it's similar to that, like, strip them of all their rights, like, the average citizen had the right not to be murdered, all that, but what they did with criminals or people who violated the law is they strip them of their rights and they dropped them in the middle of the city, and they said, if you can survive for like 3 days, you know what I mean, then you get your rights back as a citizen, but everybody, you're free game to everybody. I feel like that might be a good
Escape from LA.
kind of, yeah, but it was well, you got to go with the original Escape from New York, man.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah, Escape from New York.
yeah.
A#1 Duke of New York.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the Hide is basically Escape from New York.
It's very similar. It's got that.
Yeah.
So like, if you go watch in the original Snake Plissken from Escape from New York, the original one, that is kind of the feeling I'm pushing in this campaign. So that's very accurate. So
I'll go and watch it.
It's classic.
I don't know how well
It's a B movie.
It's definitely B movie. I don't know how well but it'll definitely was a great movie back then. So, all right, guys, you want to get back into it? Should we get back at it? All right. So when we left off, our party had met Lewis. Previous to doing so, James had arranged himself some lady company for the following day. They have a couple. Our party has since gained a couple leads. And some back information about Johnny Dark and his interaction with Lorna Jericho. And it had been proposed that Lewis would maybe reach out to his guys and see if maybe a window got left open or something to that effect to they assist the team in checking out Johnny Dark to see if that was the case, if he was responsible for Lorna's kidnapping. As Jesse, Xero, and David Greyson walk outside of the bar, I'm gonna hand it back to them.
So I'm just gonna walk up to the car. Are the Sausage Man and Ant, are they inside the car or outside the car?
Dr.
I was waiting
Sausage
outside the
Man
car.
is
Dr. Sausage Man, MD.
who went to medical school for 12 years, is currently
Yes.
sitting outside the car. Ant, where are
Outside the
you?
car.
Yeah, we're just standing outside playing rock paper
Okay.
scissors.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm just gonna walk up to him and be like, "Hey man, so we got some good stuff. It seems like, or at least we may have at least at minimum some help, maybe another lead, depending on how good you are, Ant."
You got
good.
help from
Running
a
out of
biker
those.
bar.
Yeah, it's me. What the hell you think I was gonna do?
I jerk my thumb at Jesse, and I'm gonna look at the doctor and just say, I have to be honest with you. That's the most coherent I've ever heard him, ever, for as long a
Whoa.
period of time as ever.
I don't think he's done any drugs in a while.
It's strange.
As he's literally doing drugs right now.
I'm trying to narrow my eyes and just go,
Oh, I
never
did
mind. Well,
Needs
it
a
was nice
shot.
while it lasted.
Yeah.
Whew, yeah.
So, what's this lead?
The person who gave you that note was a friend of one of the guys in there named Louis Feldezi boy, and he's something along those lines.
Feldez?
And,
Like
Sure, sounds like bulldozer. Sure, yeah. So
Louis Bulldozer?
Yeah,
Louis Valdez.
Louis
Thank you,
Feldezi
Doctor.
bulldozer. Yeah. So we talked to Louis, and apparently he used to work for Dark. He used to be his head guy over there. He actually took a liking to Lorna, cares for her, at least care for her well-being a little bit. He said if he was gonna put money on it, he said two people could be behind maybe her going away. One is called Elf. It's supposed to be a shell company or something like that for enhanced living facilities. And I don't know.
Everybody
if you ever...
give me knowledge, local or streetwise. Or common knowledge.
What?
Common knowledge. Actually, everybody give me common knowledge. So,
Okay.
Xero, you're good with that roll. Oh.
Okay.
David rolls a 5.
Jesse got a 7.
James got a 4.
And got a 5.
And Xero, you got a 7. Or was it 4? Yeah, you're good. Everybody has heard of this company. You've seen the commercials running on the HoloNet. They're they're like a budget, trying to make money. They do, especially you're pretty familiar with it, James, because you see, so you have a little slightly different insight than everybody else does, but you guys have all seen the spam of these, on the HoloNet. The commercials about making life better, lifting up people from, if you buy these enhancements, they're gonna get you out of your current situation. They're gonna extend the quality of your life. They're gonna, improve the quality of your life through cybernetic living. And James, you have actually seen the results of some of their jobs in the past, and it looks like your general thought about it. It's low quality, overcharged for low quality augments. So.
Okay.
You think they're a well marketed?
They're shyster.
They're shyster.
They're a scam.
They're well marketed hack job place. So
Mhm.
they're a butchery.
Yeah. And do you think there's any way you could tie them to any of the stuff Lorna's done or has done or maybe not have done based on the stuff you found at her place?
I mean, I'd have to access one of their computers, but I could definitely have a look because I doubt anything would be online.
I might be able to get us in.
All right. So anyway, and the other side is he isn't a fan of Dark as much as we are, which is great, awesome, grand. So he's gonna look into maybe giving us a window to get into Dark's place, and maybe we could snoop around a bit.
Yeah, Jesse.
Yeah.
Let's go down this elf path first. If I hate that guy as much as the rest of us do, but we're here to do a job.
Yeah,
And
man.
you just were asking about explosives, and I know you were thinking about going back to Jark's place.
A, you're right. B, we said that, or Louis said, not Jesse said that he thought maybe Dark was behind Lorna going missing, and maybe she could be holed up there somewhere or something like that. So we were gonna sneak in to make sure that we could eliminate Dark as a suspect. If we break shit while we're there, oh well. But
David,
he
you
was
gotta
there.
look
He
at
could vouch for me. He said that he said that Dark could be behind it. Therefore, we should at least look in.
So
Yeah,
I'm
but I
gonna,
trust David's tactical knowledge of that whole thing.
I'm gonna look up from the Book of Grudges as I'm amending Dark's name to Anthony. So I'm just gonna snap the book shop and I'm gonna go look up and go. I agree with I agree with Dr. James Dunn's opinion. I had a good look at that place. Even if we have a window left open and a crack in their security, the simple fact of the matter is they're walking around with MP5s, they have sniper nests, and everyone has a Glock at least. I highly doubt that anything's going to go well if we go inside there.
I nudge David with my elbow, and I motion towards Jesse from behind the chair, so like not everybody notices. And he like mutters quietly and goes, "You know, I was expecting him to say A and then 2 instead of
That would have been funny.
Mike, put it down in your notes. Do it again in the future."
But hey, we're hired to find Lorna. He said that maybe Dark could be behind it. Isn't it our duty to figure that out? I mean, we should also look into this elf thing. He's gonna look into Dark and call me tomorrow to see if he can get us a window. Does it hurt to do both?
I
No,
don't
but if
disagree.
I got a date tomorrow, so I'm not going to join you for that.
Putting
I
your
believe
thoughts
that
before
elf
your
is the
friend
stronger lead.
again.
I don't want to die, and that sounds like a suicide mission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I believe elf is the stronger lead for now. We'll wait and see if we get any information from our new acquaintance about Dark, what's his face, and well, you know, if we don't get anything from one, we'll get from the other. But let's be honest, this guy's a scumbag. He's a weasel. I doubt he's got the clout or the power to actually make these kind of power moves. This is part of something larger. I think we should go for the head rather than the minion.
You just don't think he could just pay someone to like grab her, throw her under a car, and like lock her in some basement somewhere?
She's Lorna.
Yeah, and
She's got a lot of friends in this town. You think we're her only friends?
yeah, you don't think Dark has a lot of money and friends too?
A lot of money, not a lot of friends.
But I don't see him being subtle. That man's about as subtle as a sledgehammer to the face.
Yeah, but do you really think he's the one that planned it?
No, but I also don't think that they would.
He's
wouldn't use
him out.
him.
All he's gonna say is make it happen, and someone else is gonna plan it, and it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but that's the kind of guy who has to control everything, especially something as important as that.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. He already made that abundantly clear. He didn't set up security in that house.
True. But you think that someone like Lewis, who used to run security for him, would know that already?
Oh yeah, and another thing, Louis said that he might try to help us with Scorpio again. He says apparently maybe he could help us, like talk to him in more of a useful situation.
I mean,
I'm not talking with that
situation.
man. I'm not talking with that man unless it's us and him, and us with heavy weapons and him alone.
Hey man, Louis just said he was gonna try.
Okay.
The way I see it, we have two options. We can either go to Dark and, well, try and sneak into a heavily armed fortress, or we can go and investigate the other angle, which requires less storming a large, heavily armored fortress with handguns, 3 handguns, and a sniper rifle.
There's plenty.
I am a fan
Let's
of
just check out the elf on the shelf first.
Okay, so hear me out. We take Bessie, we ram it through the front gate.
Stop.
If still running, we get her further up to the
Stop,
front
Jesse.
door. No,
Jesse.
take her
Jesse.
through the- What?
Jesse.
What?
David, what is the
No.
gate made of, and is it electrified?
Yes and yes.
Yeah, so like, you can't get shot.
You want to die like the chicken that was that's in the microwave back home?
That kind of gate will be reinforced against attacks just like Bessie.
Yeah, well, we get Betsy going to like a cool 30 miles an hour, and then we like,
Bessie will crumple like a tin can underneath your boot.
Okay, fine. I ain't the brains of the bunch. I just make things happen.
So how?
So
You do
I
make
am
things
the
happen.
idea man.
Right now, what I'd like you
I
to make
pull up-
happen is your mouth to shut.
I pull up my Nexus and start looking for the closest elf facility.
Okay.
Like a processing facility.
Give me a common knowledge.
I got a 9 with 1 raise.
You know there's one within 15 minutes of where you guys are at right now.
Okay, I can go. There's a processing facility within 15 minutes. Here's my plan. I go in with Ant. I make like as if I'm going to try to apply for a job. I'm a doctor. They need doctors. I've worked on cyberware. They need cyberware doctors. Meanwhile, Ant's going to find a place to hack in and then see if he can't find any information. Sound good?
Is it normal people apply
Perfect.
for jobs this late at night? Doctor.
Yeah, they're not gonna be open, man.
Well, then we break in. This is a low
There it
rent
is.
place. This is a low rent place. They may be open pretty late at night because they're servicing kind of the scum of. They're a scam, guys. I don't know if you noticed this, but they're a scam. And
Yeah, but they're a big
scammers,
scam.
they are a big scam, and a big scam is open 24/7.
Just like your mom.
I never knew my mom. You know that. Jesse, that hurts. In a very personal place.
Can I pistol whip him?
No, because then I have to fix it.
Oh, fine.
Because then I have to fit.
Oh yeah, we can break in. I'll just sort of like pull my revolver and sort of spin it a bit.
You
Shall
got a
we be on
taste
our
for
way?
blood.
Shall we press on, gentlemen? Time is pressing.
Jesse, you want to drive through the front door or something? We might be able to drive through that if you're a good boy.
Ding. Ding, 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 ding.
As long as he has
15
a choice.
minutes, and I pull up the instructions and I flip it to to Jesse. Just
All right, Miss Daisy, get in the car.
Oh, wow. Miss Daisy.
And
All
I'll
right.
use my last free start.
All right. So you guys jump in the car. Jesse reaches down with his it plugs in his Nexus to the car. It roars to life, and you guys start making your way over to the closest elf facility. After a couple minutes, you guys, driving across the city, you make it over. Once you jump out, once you pull out and you see at the intersection, you see it's a dock in a box. It's comparable to the dock in a box of now are the emergency medical centers of our time. It's a reasonably sized building. There's a couple ambulances outside of it. You do know that wow. You do know that some of these facilities also work with another company called that offers medical insurance. It offers insurance in case you have a bad day. Some of those are serviced out of this facility as well. So when you pull up to the building, there is currently a helicopter on top of the building, ambulances outside, and you do see a couple of vehicles. I'm going to share this map with you. And we're going to kick it over here so everybody can see what we're looking at in the community. So this is what it kind of looks like at this point. And I forgot to do something. So let me do something. So you guys can see outside of the building. And it's kind of a rough area. But on top of the building, you do see there's a helicopter currently up on top of the. I'm gonna point to it. It's right about here.
all right.
So it's if you're looking at the building, there's the thicker side of the building is on the western side of it, and on top of that roof is a helipad.
All right. Is the doors unlocked or is the lights on or anything like
It
that?
is lit up like a candle
thought
box.
so.
It has like garishly loud ads going on. From hollow projectors all around the building. signs like 500 credit special, upgrade your life, with inspiring music going, and it's every once in a while, like a hologram will go across the top of the building. It'll start off in a wheelchair, and it'll the hologram goes into a room and comes out walking, and it's a proud person walking across the top of the building. These are all garishly ads for their services.
I mentioned, I just clear my throat and sigh and go, too bad that these guys make money off the suffering of others. You walk out all right. 2 sticks and a cane and a mountain of debt.
It's very accurate.
We game for plan A.
If anything goes wrong, I don't know. Go in guns blazing. We'll be fine. And you can be discreet, right?
Yeah, it'll be fine. If there's a back. If you just go in and keep whoever's on night shift occupied, I can see about getting in the back door and finding a computer.
Gotcha. I mean, okay, yeah. Sounds good to me. All right, let's do this.
Taking some rest before you go, getting that method actor going.
Yes, get the method actor. Just me. Big face, little face. Big face, little face. Big face, little face.
No deductible. No deductible.
Wow.
I wet my bed at night.
He said no deductible. Oh my god.
All right, so if you look at the building, there's 2 green marks on the top of the building, and there's 2 green marks at the bottom of the building. It looks like there's 2 separate entryways that go down into the middle of the building, like I said, you guys see there's ambulances around, but you think those would be the 2 logical places to start as an entryway.
All right, I'll go through where the ambulance are. Just kind of push my way in.
Okay, so down on the southern part of it, you walk in the building. As you do so, you are greeted by a security robot at the door. Welcome to our Elf Center. Are you here to upgrade your life today?
Beep boop, beep boop. No, I am here for a job.
Ah. Let me see if I can get somebody for you. So it kind of like so it swings around and very mechanically walks over to the desk, and after a couple of minutes somebody comes out. It's a gentleman. He comes out wearing glasses, Asian American. He comes out and he's can I help you?
Yes, my good man. Name's Dr. James Dunn. I figured I've seen your ads over there all over the place, and I figured if there's one place in my hometown that could use a experienced doctor who knows his cybernetics, then you need me.
Oh, you've worked on cybernetics before.
Yeah.
Where'd you get your doctorate title?
Boston.
Which facility?
You.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check.
Yeah.
You, he
Life.
says. You.
It's university.
Yeah, I knew exactly what you meant. I knew it.
Yeah.
B. You.
I'm doing that. I'm betting that.
What'd you roll?
A 3. 4. There we go.
Okay. I mean, so what brings you in here at this hour? I mean, you could probably stop by during the day.
I saw the ad. I was out for a walk with some friends. We're looking into something else, and I said, hey, there's the facility's right by here, so I decided, why not? I figured you guys would be open all night.
You're walking around in Hyde Park in the middle of the night? That's
Not so much walking, driving.
Interesting. Give me another persuasion.
Oh boy.
That's a 5.
Okay. Yeah, if you want, what I can give me a couple minutes. I'll go get some I mean, we're always looking for people. I mean, the pay's not that great, but I mean, we're always looking for people. So
before you go, I do have some quick questions, and I'm just trying to be very gesticular and be like, this bot right here, is this the Mark 1 or the Mark 4?
This is the Mark 4 security bot, and he also has dual purpose as an administrative bot as well. And we get a couple more floating around here somewhere else as well. Those are older ones. They not as efficient as this one. So we put our best foot forward.
These ones you can have a software upgrade and they can work as a surgical assistant. You heard that, right?
Yes, and these ones are upgraded, but at night typically we have more security.
So more security. Like, are we talking like security as in just throwing out, the rats, or are we talking about security as in like you get people busting in trying to steal serious hardware?
As you say that, the robot looks over at you, and from his sides, his like the end of his appendages open up, and barrels of what appear to be weapons poke out from the end of his fingers, and they do this weird they rotate on the axis of where the hand should meet the wrist.
Oh, yeah,
it just kind of mocks blowing like the smoke off the barrel of the gun, and then the fingers close up and they retract.
You gave him personality cores.
I mean, we get bored.
Those are dangerous, right? I know one guy who was able to convince an AI driver that being naked was a good thing.
You got to explain this one. Wait, you got to explain this one.
So I'm definitely trying to talk to this guy and distract him at this point.
Just while this is happening. We'll
all right, we'll swap over to Anton. Anton, all right.
Yeah.
All right. So is it like just these two entrances, or is there like an employee entrance somewhere on?
Give me a notice. Give me a notice roll.
Okie dokie. Twos. Sure, we've got bennies. Why not? You roll that.
Ooh.
You got it. Keep going.
You got it.
What'd you roll in that one?
Nope.
Oh!
2, 3, and a 1.
Yeah.
All right. You have started walking around the building looking for an employee entrance. At this point, we're going to pop back over to James Dunn because you have wasted so much time. So James, I'm going to need you to continue your conversation with the doctor.
I'm going to be as persuasive as possible, and I'm being gesticulating, and I'm using the robot as a prop, and I'm like moving him around a little bit and that kind of stuff.
And how are you going to distract? What topic are you distracting him? Are you still using the cores?
He wants to talk about the naked AI. I'm going to go off that whole thing. I'm like, so my friend grew up in Hyde Park, brilliant dude. Not exactly the most efficient with firearms, but it's okay. He's got his style. Anyway, so we get our friend who is a rock star. Big old freaking rock star. Fancy name, everything.
You know a rock star?
I do.
Who do you know? Come on.
Do you know Jericho Rose?
You don't know Jericho Rose.
I used to date Jericho Rose.
No.
Here, I pull up my Nexus.
Persuasion.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up my 5.
So you sway him. He's like and at this point he's kind of like floored. He's like, Jericho Rose.
I know Jericho Rose. I used to date Jericho Rose.
Nah.
So she invites me down to the Rat. The
I've been the Rat. I've been the Rat before.
Yeah. So we go to the Rat. She's there. She gets us free drinks. But before that, she sends a limo that I swear used to be a tank. Big old thing, crushing cars as it went by. It was nuts. Anyways, it had an AI driver. That AI driver was the fanciest thing you have ever seen. Hologram, everything, all of the 9 yards, full. Like he was even like programmed to look expensive.
Okay.
So my friend decided he was going to have a little bit of a fun. So he goes through the back door, does a little bit of his fancy tricks, and we managed to convince him that his naked avatar was the height of fashion and Bulgaria. I don't even remember where we were at.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah. So he's driving around in a tank, naked as the day he was programmed, and just crushing people along the way, thinking it was the highest fashion of all time, all throughout the high.
So he starts laughing. He's laughing at this point, and he's like, you know, they have this. They want to institute this new AI that they you know, here at the company. They wanted to institute this new AI, but they're, you know, it's traditionally been used in like hotels and stuff like that. But they're trying to, so our company's trying to buy this and repurpose this AI for the medical, which I don't get. I mean, concierge and medical, yeah. But it's called mixed reality expandable hyper-threaded intelligence, or MIHI for short. It's weird. And so this AI has this personality thing where it likes to wear different hats every single time. It's so strange. MIHI, okay, for short.
I think that's the same basis code that the driver is. Trust me, man, that's got a lot of back doors open that hackers can slip right in and mess with those things.
Interesting.
And I'm pretty sure that those personality cores are the same ones that he had, the same ones in your robot right here. So unless you want your robot to start going crazy and ripping up patients, you might want to consider taking that out.
Anton, what are you doing at this point?
Seeing that those two entities go to the same place, and I'm probably not going to walk in, I'll just try and remote access the network and see if I can't pull anything that way. It's a little more risky, but
all right, give me a notice roll. See if you can find a point on the building where you can drop in and access.
I believe.
Wait a minute, that didn't even go.
You got this.
Crossed.
I believe.
It's not rolling. Hold on.
There
we
you
go. 8. So
alrighty. So Anton, you take a step back and you look around the building and you're like, all right, so I don't see anything coming from the air. I think they're dropped in from the from down below the street in. So you start looking around the building and you find you think you find a good junction box that you can walk over and pop open.
All right, good. I'll try and access the network of this building.
All right, let's see it. Let's get a hacking roll from our resident hacker.
Right, get a +1 from Cutter Edge, and we roll 5. Oof.
So, as you set down, you try to walk over to casually this box. You pop it open. You swipe your hand over your Nexus control interface, and you start to you establish a link. Your initial establish of the communication with this building has succeeded. So you get top level interface of all the commands access available to you. So you see security, you see firewall, you see a one that says access control, personnel, and what was the other one? Medical records.
Okay. I want to look through this for any sort of email or shipping, stuff like that.
Okay. So, give me a. I'm going to say hacking for the. As you start to look through the network and try to find information, I'm going to say give me a hacking check for that.
Flat 10. Oof. All right, definitely rerolling that.
What'd you get?
A 3 on the first one and an 8 for the reroll. So that's a success for the raise.
So you used a Benny and rerolled it. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So so you start freezing through the network and you gain access to the exchange server, and you start looking down and you see there's different OUs for different people within the this location. There's a subgroup listed for doctors. There's a group listed for security. and there's an email listed for like a couple distribution lists for like company-wide email and stuff like that.
Right. I want to specifically look for the information that I found on anything that would link, like just basically keyword matches for, we'll go for the exact words that we use. So company name, mimetic weaponry, and the address 14241 Associates Way.
Okay.
So any sort of link between those two.
All right.
Emails, invoices.
All right. I'm gonna say it's gonna take a little bit of time for you to start searching through that. So we're gonna pop back over to James Dunn.
So I'm saying that this is a dangerous idea. On top of that, these things, have you heard about the massacre up at Harvard?
And I hear you and I feel you on that, but look, I'm working the night shift on like a Thursday night. I'm nobody. You know what I mean? Like I
know, I get you. I'm just saying, be careful. And again, I tap the robot on the shoulder. I'm like, it's none of your, it's not your fault, buddy. Beep boop, beep boop. All right, I get you, but I'm just saying it's dangerous. Well, yeah. Let me see that application real quick.
All right, so he disappears back and he comes back out and he brings like a so when he comes back out, he just kind of extends his Nexus, grabs a form from it and just tosses it at you, and the form starts to hover over your Nexus. You tap it and some of the information starts auto-completing based on pulling the information from your actual Nexus.
Yeah, as I'm doing that, I also am going to start idly chatting. I'm like, hey, so, I mean, between us, I've heard things. This place is not giving the highest quality stuff out there, right?
Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay. I'm going to Benny that because I got a 3.
Okay.
Ooh. An 8 with a raise.
I mean, and he just kind of looks at you and looks at the bot with his eyes real quick, and he just kind of gives you a quick nod at the bot, at the security bot.
Okay, I get that. I'm just wondering where you get the materials from. What are the companies, that kind of thing. I'm just interested because one of the things that I want to do in here is start my own place up. Not in competition, obviously, just for private settlers. People who might be looking for some interested, personal equipment.
I'm not sure. So they do, the warehouse. They do, at a corporate, they do all the buying, and then they send us down the parts, and we like. So one of the things as a doctor in this facility is you'll have a quota of selling parts, upselling, and making sure that they these parts they buy that we can get them into bodies. So that'll be part of your responsibilities as they come through. They give commissions based on if you can sell X amount of a certain part this month, and that might be a part that. Give me a notice real quick.
Okay. Ooh, that's an 11 with a raise. Okay, so you notice his eyes keep on darting over to the security bot, and he looks worried. He doesn't want to say the wrong thing in front of the security bot. So he's giving you information that is you think might be publicly available, but he's not stepping beyond that because as much as you're being persuasive, he's more concerned about his life with the you think at this point. So I look over at the bot and I go, I got a question here, bot.
Yes, sir.
Can you check on my friends outside in the car? You're a security bot. I mean, I'm sure we've got this handled here. My friends are just a little squeamish. Being this late at night, one of them, the tires got shredded, earlier today, that kind of thing. And you being a Mark IV, probably be a good fit.
Give me a persuasion.
Persuading a robot. That's a 10 with a raise.
Oh, you're very persuasive.
You are very persuasive, sir. Sure. Anything to help a potential guest. And he turns around, he swings on his axis, and his legs just start walking backwards. And he, you know what I mean? His upper body swings in a 360, and his legs just start walking the other way. And
I minimize the application and call Jesse.
And you're doing it right in front of this guy. Okay, all right.
I'm just gonna let Jesse know. I'm just be like, you know, I'm gonna. Oh, hey, buddy. You know that your car issue? There's a Mark IV bot that's going to be out there, just checking it on for you. Okay, just keep him. You know, just keep give him all the information you need about the car. Okay.
What the hell you mean you're sending a bot out here? What kind of thing are you doing? I don't need no bot to look at my car.
Listen, do you want to just drive away? I can just finish this application on my own.
Hey man, whatever the hell you want? You're the doctor.
Just talk to the bot, please.
All right, fine.
Thank you, man. Sorry, my driver.
Oh. So they send, and he's kind of looking around. He's like, we got a couple more floating around. So, but he's like, they send us these parts. They're obviously not the best parts, but they try to get us to move them quicker. And those are the good ones to sell because we get a higher percentage if we move all that subpar stuff quick. So, I mean, occasionally we get some good stuff through. Everything's upcharged. Pretty much what we do is we run a credit check on the person, and we find out that one of the robots in the back, they run a credit check on the person, and they find out what the max they can afford is, and then we tip it a little bit down, and most of the people are never going to actually pay it off. They because of the interest rates, and we do our self-financing through the company, it's they're never going to pay these off, so they generally get reclaimed. As even if they're garbage and they're not able to be reused, they can sell them for scrap. But we generally, when these people pass, they get reclaimed, and they make money on that as well.
All right, cool. I just want to make sure. And before I pull up the application, I say, hey, before I finish this, do you mind if I just take a quick tour? I mean, you got bots; they'll handle most of this stuff, right?
Well, yeah, I can walk with you around the facility.
Yeah. Just walk me around.
So he starts to lead you off to the western side of the building. Anton, we're going to switch back over to you. So you spend some time looking through the network, and you're looking for correspondence. You see nothing that specifically goes to a company that matches the name of before, the import-export company, Universal Import Exports. But you see emails that most of the email traffic that goes outside of this building from these employees goes to a hub. It goes to one email address, and based on what you think, it's a repeater email. So they use that as a forwarding email to receive all their traffic in one spot, and then it gets routed again at that point. During, as you're snooping through the emails, you're looking for key phrases like quit. Oh, we lost somebody, I think.
It's back.
Anton, how much did you lose of that?
Bits and pieces.
Okay. All right. So,
Great.
So the email traffic that you initially started working through, you realize that all the email is going out to one specific address, and based on your information and your experience, you think they're compartmentalizing. So it's going to that one email address, and at that next point, it'll get forwarded again to it's like a cascading tier of distribution. However, some of the words there's some words that keep popping up or are seen very often are terms. Some you think are medical in nature, and some you think are references to quotas and if quotas aren't going to be met, then heads are going to roll, and do whatever you got to do to make this work. and one of the communications that have come to this address from the other address is that it makes reference to, with everything that's going on in the newspapers these days, we need to do what we can to make this, get this money in case, I'm paraphrasing it here, but with everything going on in the news today, and with us under the scrutiny, we need to do whatever we can to make money as quick as we possibly can. So do what you need to do to push business within the location.
Okay.
If you want to dig and you look, just let me know what you'd like to do.
I'm just trying to think of what would be useful. Other than that, I think of is maybe actually name searching Lorna and stuff like that, but I don't think that's gonna come up with anything.
Okay, so you're gonna do a specific name search on the mail server or on their network for her? Okay. All right. So you input the search string, and as you do so, I'm gonna need you to give me a notice roll, please.
For sure.
Would you roll?
Sure, we roll that. I rolled a 3. We'll use a Benny. We roll that. Getting really bad on these. 4, just pass.
So an alert kind of goes off on your Nexus. The second you execute the search query for Lorna, you notice a spike in packets based on, because you have your diagnostics up, you're looking at the packets coming in and out, you're looking, you know what I mean? The second you do, you notice a spike in traffic almost immediately.
So it's seeing a lot more data, or
you think there might be another
like...
process being spawned at this point?
Possibly trace or something like that. So I'm gonna do what my hacker edge lets me do and roll smarts. And if I'm successful, I download a lot of data and use to sell.
Okay.
Which might also pull some information. So basically, I'm gonna roll this first. Fail. So smart.
What did you roll
originally?
There.
So we rolled a 3, and then we re-roll, and then we got a 9. So
essentially, this does like a data dump.
Yeah, I download a lot of information about this. So I think because it's information I could sell, probably going to be information on bits of parts and stuff that market people are interested.
Anton, you're breaking up pretty
breaking
decently.
Up bad.
Yeah. So what I think what I got from you is that you're trying to download marketable data. I think you cleared up now. Can you give it there again?
Yeah. So basically, information about sort of ship parts or supplies that these companies are having imported or exported. Basically, things that people on a black market would very much like to know about where these are being moved.
Okay. Where they're being sourced and being moved.
And what the
shipping details and such.
What the hacker,
Okay.
So basically, where people can acquire free things.
I gotcha. Okay.
But so hacker we roll 1d10, and then that translates to a set amount of credits per roll. Big money, 8. Okay, that's pretty good.
So is that 8 times 10, or is it like 800 credits worth?
8 times 1,000.
8 times, I'm sorry?
1,000?
Yes. So
8 times 1,000.
Okay.
So it's 8,000?
Yeah, 8,000 credits worth of information.
Okay. All right.
That's all I have at the moment. We're selling it later.
All right. So you're gonna start to download and prepare this data for off networking. How long does it take for you to download that? Does it give you based on your skill?
It doesn't specify, but it shouldn't be too long, and I should be able to do it on the.
It says, from what I remember from the hacking section back when I was going to play a hacker, it was 1 roll equals 1 minute. And so every time he rolls equals a minute.
Okay, so it's
the
going to take
longer
him a
he's
minute to do
connected-
that. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Anton, give me a percentage roll. Call high or low, please.
Okay. We're in a low light. And 78.
Okay. All right, Dr. James Dunn. As you're touring around the facility, you look around and you're kind of actually a little bit amazed it's like a weird mix of like some high quality like equipment in here, and then you see like bottom of the barrel, basically, you know, like basic sterile procedures are not being operated. And you know, as you're touring around the facility, you know, he's telling you about like a day-to-day process and what's going to be required of you. And with that, we're going to jump back outside. Jesse, you see a shiny security robot start walking up to the car. Sir, what can I help you with today?
Yeah, can I get a burger, some fries? Could you polish my car right here? Also find me a new tire. If you could, let's just see here. Yeah, buff and shine it if you don't mind.
Sir, I believe you might be mistaken. These are not things that I can do for you. Do you require medical assistance, or do you require an augmentation?
What kind of augmentation are you offering?
Depends on what your credit it allows. Why don't you come inside, sir, and we can sit down and I can have one of our credit operators work with you and see how you can enhance you're clearly a driver. Your owner said you were his driver. You know, you were his driver.
Wait a minute. My owner? Did you say my owner?
Yeah. The doctor inside.
Oh,
Clearly
son of a mother. You go in there, tell that piece of crap miserable excuse for a doctor that he can take his shiny metal security bot and shove it right up his ass. How about you go enhance that, you piece of shit? The junk, Mr. Shiny looking robot come walking up to my car offering me money. You get out of here.
That's a car, sir?
Oh, you little fool. Do I notice this robot being armed at all?
He doesn't look armed off the bat to you, no.
He's a droid, dude.
Jesse doesn't know these things. I'm just gonna like open my car door into it and just like try to like knock it over.
Oh God.
Okay.
I don't know if it looks big or not, but it's just be like, okay, you little piece of you want to go?
It's human size. I'd say about 6 feet, about 6 feet even. Metal. It's all metal. His body's got a pivot point. You know, you can tell. You know, because as he's talking to you, his like body's like pivoting on his waist axis, and so how hard are you? Like what are you just trying to bump him, or are you literally trying to knock him over?
Jesse would be angry. He's gonna try to knock him over.
Oh God.
He's probably gonna hurt his car more than him, but he's gonna try anyway.
All right. So Jesse, the door slams open into the bot. The bot doesn't move. But the bot's body pushes into the dent into your car. As you watch, little specks of gold spray paint fall to the ground, and sir, I think you should be more careful. You damaged your vehicle.
You all see that? This robot come over here hurts my car. I have you on videotape. I am gonna sue you and your stupid company. And for millions, I'm gonna get pain and suffering, and I'm gonna get all sorts of. You hurt. This is 24 karat gold paint on this car.
For the record, this is why he called Jesse and not David.
Sir, based on my technical analysis, that is low budget Krylon.
Hey, so Mr. Shiny Metal so superior than me, do you have anything cool and shiny on you? You just look like you're nothing more than a piece of robot piece of scrap metal with 2 arms?
My whole body is shiny, sir.
Okay, hey, one question for you. You have any weapons or anything useful on you, Mr. Robot?
Yes, I do. And then his fingers pop open and the barrels of guns shoot out of every finger. And he just kind of looks at you.
Yeah, at this point, Jesse's going to start readjusting his attitude.
Why do you ask? Why do you ask, sir?
I'm just gonna like gently close the door. It's not gonna flash. It's just like a. Oh, there it is. I saw a few delinquents down that way that looked like they were in direct threat of this here hospital place, and I think being a security person like yourself, you could go over there and look at it.
Give me a persuasion.
Persuasion. Oh God.
Sure,
Oh.
let's do this.
At a -2.
Okay, so it's already unskilled, so minus.
So it's
two,
about 4.
2, you said? So oh, yes!
Wow. What'd you bet me?
What'd you roll? What'd you roll?
So Jesse rolled a 10. He rolled a 14 minus 4.
Which way with
Wow.
the which way with the delinquents, sir? Can you show
He
me again?
wins.
I'm just gonna point him in some direction as far away from the building as possible. If I can see anything that looks dangerous, he actually would point him in the direction of like a group of people that looked horrible. If he saw them.
So up on the northeastern side of the I'm sorry, no, that would be all right. So the opposite side of the building from where Ant is right now, it's typical. You're down in the hood, so there's like a bunch of bums over there. He goes, "Sir, thank you for noticing." And here at Elf, we aim to make your life better through cybernetic living. I hope you will come see us professionally and get some help. And he starts to walk away.
I look over to Protein Shake. You still have that rifle?
No.
I thought I saw you put it in the back of the car.
Hell no. We're not touching her.
One shot. All I ask is one shot.
Nope. I seem to remember a moment where I bounced into your car, asked for your gun, and you looked at me like a scared bird.
You're like 5,000 pounds. You jumped in through a tiny window and demanded something. I thought I was gonna die. I saw my life flash before my eyes, and you're about to give me some form of like heavy metal lap dance, and I was nervous over the whole situation, and you just jumped out of my car.
You forgot the important part.
Yeah, what's that?
I leapt out of the car, then proceeded to kill someone in the next half second.
Yeah, whatever. If you want to shoot that robot, you can. Otherwise,
No.
And I'm just gonna spend the next however many minutes texting the worst script of expletives to the doctor as much as I could until he gets back. It's just nothing but like, you mothers, I'm gonna just every single, like every moment, it's just gonna be like another single word text. I'm just gonna send to his message over and over and over.
I'm sorry, Juan. My hand is vibrating. I don't know what's going on.
So James Dunn, inside the place, you look down at your wrist and you see Jesse just this. It's like a scrolling. It's going by so quick. It's like it's scrolling and it's like, I swear to God, I'm gonna murder everything. And then like it just keeps on going. It degenerates into gibberish. Like you think he's trying to type it so fast that he's hitting the wrong buttons, fat fingering it, and like it's coming through as gibberish.
I only do one response, which is, do you want some new cybernetic parts? I can work here and give it to you. Fix that fat finger problem you've got. Send.
There's like a small pause, and like, we'll talk.
All right, we're gonna jump back over to Anton. As you're standing there and you're downloading the information, suddenly an alarm on your Nexus starts to beep.
Okay. I look at what it is.
As you look down, a message pops up in a giant red writing with like a black smoke around the writing. It says, "You might as well not run. We'll be there in 30 seconds." And with that, we're gonna end slightly early this week. Damn. But at a good spot. Nexus initialization closed.
That's a good spot.
Yeah. Whew. Jesse forever be my driver.
My driver.
We don't even give him a name to polite company. That's just the help.
Just the help, just the driver.
Oh my god. Oh.
It's always a pleasure.
Wow, dude. You are the driver at this point.
Like, he didn't even, like, he called you the help.
Yeah, he basically did. Yeah, like, go talk to my driver out there.
Wow.
Oh my
This
god.
mother.
It's
I
incredible.
love the string of expletives, by the way. That was really cool. Really good.
That was, yeah.
Really good touch.
So for those in the audience, what we're trying to do is we're trying to, while framing this world as the rough place it is, we're trying to keep it a little family friendly, just to, so we can get to a wider audience. So what we are going to be working on is coming up with, I don't know if any of you watched this small show, one of the best shows of all time, was on for like one season. It was one of the best shows of all time, Joss Whedon, called Firefly, and how they made their own swear words for the world. So we're gonna do that here. We're gonna adopt that policy here, and so that Jesse can lose his mind in a healthy way. So
Yes, please.
Dr. James Dunn and his driver, the peasant Jesse Reyes.
The peasant. Wow.
I am gonna take a dump on your pillow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to. I'll talk him out of it. I'll just be like, it was just all part of an act, man. We were just trying to infiltrate. You did exactly what you're supposed to. You're a good boy, Jesse.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes
Good
next
boy.
week.
You're a real boy. A real boy. Well, we're all gonna die next week because in 30 seconds, some anti-hacker league is gonna descend from the sky and abduct ants. So
Don't worry, I'll just shoot the ball. It's all
or
fine.
Ant will. Ant has more body counts than you do at this point.
Are you sure? Have you been keeping count?
Yeah.
Have you guys been keeping count? You guys should keep count.
I mean, I am the man who shot the wheels out of a car and got it to crash and all the rest of that business. But hey, fine, that's cool.
That's true,
He shoots a
but
couple,
there's
he
counts
shoots a
as
couple of
one.
guys dead in an alley, and you call that cool?
He also got owned by a
Counts as
bullet.
one.
You also no, it didn't technically happen because
Yeah.
It was a 14mm anti-material rifle round. Okay,
Twice.
it wasn't like I got
Twice.
shot by a freaking 9mm. Jeez,
You did get shot by a 9mm.
when did I get shot
the
by
docks.
a 9mm?
I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna bring up.
I got shot by 9. I got winged by it. It was winged.
I'm gonna bring up. At least he didn't die to a punch.
That doesn't
Actually
count.
happened.
At least he didn't die to a punch from a bouncer. So just saying.
That was a practice session. It was never happened.
We're gonna bring out some old stuff. All right, guys. My name is Mike. This is the How I Nerd channel. This is Nexus Zero. This is our Cyberpunk 1980s tabletop game based on Savage World system, played remotely using Fantasy Grounds with one of the, we have a great cast of characters here. We've borrowed influences from a lot of really good Cyberpunk stuff and other stuff. So it seems like our cast is getting into it. So I want to get an update from the cast, how they're feeling, what they're thinking, what their characters are thinking at this point. And we'll kick it off. Let's kick it off we'll start at David Greyson.
Okay, so what am I thinking? What's my character thinking? My character is just sitting there twiddling his thumbs, waiting, because he's just basically, he's just letting the rest of his team do what they do best. He's still dreaming about those pieces of lovely hardware. As for me, I'm sorry it was a bit quiet at the end there. I'm just letting the guys have the opportunity, because you know what, this is one of those bits where my character doesn't do so much, but the other lads, they've got the show floor. I'm sure next week I'll have an opportunity to to get back into it.
I
But
think,
no, I'm having,
I
having
think
a
you
good
might
time.
be
think
right.
so.
I think you might be right. I think you might be just a little bit right. Just
Just
Oh,
a little
good.
bit.
you
Just
know.
a little bit. And again, I swear, I am going to get squeeze gear. One way or another, it's gonna happen. You've teased me now. You've
Okay.
teased me with it.
I-
I know it exists.
exactly.
I finally got a nickname for Davey.
Uh-huh.
Davey Doom.
Davey Doom. I'll go with it. I mean,
I
hell,
was
it's
gonna go
not
with
too
Doom
bad.
Slayer or Doom Guy, but Davey Doom works. Yeah.
Davey
Double
Doom.
D. Double D.
Yeah.
Double D.
He gives it a C minus.
Good.
You gotta call him.
Meanwhile, I'm protein shake. What?
You're welcome, by the way. God.
We're gonna go into star pattern tonight. So next will be James Dunn ahead on top of me, above me.
Giggity.
So secretly, one of the things that James Dunn has always wanted to do is open up his own place like this, but not charge people an arm and a leg. So he right now,
I see what you did there.
So for him, he's partially doing this as a distraction, partially actually interested in be like, how do you run this place? Where do you get your stuff? Because at some point he's fairly certain, and I'm glad that Ant's picking up all this information, because he doesn't know Ant's doing it. Because what he would do was literally just be like, all right, guys, who wants to knock over a truck? Who wants to get some cyber gear? David,
I mean,
you want that power armor, right?
Augmentations.
So he's kind of in his element right now. God damn, he's persuasive.
Yeah. You are definitely the face of this party, man.
Hey, I rolled a 14. Thank you very much.
Oh
but
my
he's
God,
other than-
Out there.
You did, unskilled.
Guys, MVP for the night. We got to give it to Jesse.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah. But other than that, like personally, I'm having fun. I'm liking the pacing and everything. It seems we're moving, I think, which is nice.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Anton.
Go my card set. Oh crud, 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 oh crud. Basically. Yeah, he's done a lot of shady stuff on the side, but he's never been caught before. So, this is interesting.
Interesting.
It again, and it's just part of the whole puzzle. Right now, he's looking down, going, oh crud, oh crud.
Oh, crud, 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 oh, crud.
Yeah, he's just feeling a revolver. He's like, oh god, it's still there.
All right. Zero.
Just like I said at the break, man, this is awesome. The intrigue is like gripping. Zero's mind's racing, trying to make like heads or tails of stuff, and he's just like, what can I do to just help better the party? And he's like trying to grasp at straws for whatever he can. So the whole streetwise thing, knowing a little bit of the underground, I think has been kind of his niche.
Awesome.
But it's been lots of fun.
Awesome. And Jesse Reigns, MVP for the night, man.
I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do to Doc. As in Jimmy D, not as Doc. But yes, Jesse always thinking about right now is how is he going to get him back for that. Me as a player, I'm excited to see just what kind of hell rains down from above based on whatever Ant just did. So it should be interesting to see how the next one starts off.
Awesome. Guys, so I got to be honest with you. So I kind of ad-libbed that whole it's the last third of the session. Like, so that
was good.
And it came out, you guys did an amazing job. So I find for me one thing as I DM longer and longer and longer is that being able to pick up stuff like that on the fly has become a lot easier for me. And it's more enjoyable. The less scripted it is, the more enjoyable. Like that was a ridiculous situation with the robot and going out between Jesse and James Dunn. That was like a great interaction. Had so much fun with it. So couple things I just want to bring you guys up to speed on. Let's see. So Wednesday night we have Tales from the Tavern. Tabletop Tavern 2. Thursday night we have Tales from the Tavern. Friday night, we have our charity one shot. And this coming Sunday, we're going to call the 1 year anniversary of Tabletop Tavern 1. And I believe somebody has a birthday. I believe somebody we know has a birthday.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
So get your ears ready for the cacophony that is our birthday wishes. Just prepare them. So guys, I see somebody out there right now. We all know it's Memorial Day. Before we go, if you know, maybe you don't know that how much I find military first responders, law enforcement officers, and how much I support them personally. My family supported them. Today is not a happy time. Today is a day to remember the people that have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. So I see somebody out there is doing a wounded war charity to benefit wounded war soldier. They are a TTRPG streamer. We're gonna kick it over there. We're gonna show them some love. And God bless you all. And we'll see you. We'll see everybody soon. So I'm gonna kick it over to the end of the screen, run the credits, and we're gonna go show some love. So until next time, we'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, when you get over there, let them know where you're coming from. Let them know you're coming from the How I Nerd channel. Drop those rads. If you got those emotes, show them some love. And if you like their content, give them a follow. If not, we'll see you guys soon.